All right, let's do this.
All right.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Toe Tags in the building. We got our man to your right, my left. What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, man, get ready. This is going to be a different one, but a scary one and a fun one because you're going to realize that some of the worst characters in all of comic book are human and have a power over that. But it's the human part that's probably the sickest and nastiest.
And that's why we love comics. It's always the fucking humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the fucking humans. Yeah, man. So tonight we're gonna get into scariest characters and scariest storylines. And in celebration of Halloween coming up this Sunday, yep. I was gonna wear I had my Green Lantern, my Blue Lantern shirt, but because I recorded that thing for the Dirty Heels podcast, I just didn't throw it on. So imagine I'm an Orange Lantern. Right now, it's my Halloween costume.
They got an Orange Lantern, right?
I think so, but
orange. But I forgot what that is. It's not rage. Rage is red. Fear is yellow. What is orange? Is it hate? It's something like that. I forget.
I'm looking it up now. Let's see. Yo, you can't just fucking tell me what this is. I gotta go through the whole fucking history of the Orange Lantern. All right, let's see. Let's ask it English. Where's the Orange Lantern? Let's see. Jesus fucking Christ. And Cap told me that his phone's dead, so it's not like he's gonna pop up in here.
Ooh.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if it's an oath. And of fucking course, you bring me to a website that doesn't have the fucking oath. This is scary. When you can't even find this shit. What's mine is mine and mine is mine. That's the orange. That's the oath. Powered by greed. Okay.
Oh yeah, greed. Yeah, I literally just got it.
All right.
Yeah, powered by greed. So there you go. I knew there was an orange one. I always forget what it is because I confuse it for the yellow one all the time. Yellow or red.
Yeah.
Because I know those two better because it's fear and rage.
Yes. And for some reason, orange feels like a hate rage type shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow Taz, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. And the mixture of the yellow and the red should bring you, fear and hate should be like some kind of rage or some shit.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, if you know your Bob Rosses. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly, yeah. I hear you.
I hear that. But yo, speaking of lanterns, I'm not 100% familiar with them, but I know there's a black lantern, and that's like the death lanterns, or
correct.
And apparently, you don't have to be dead to be a black lantern.
No, that isn't. They usually it's the simpler way for that lantern to get a hold of people if they're already dead, but you don't have to be dead. That's correct.
Okay, and I saw a storyline because that actually that storyline with the Black Lanterns led to the Flash becoming a Blue Lantern.
Yeah, the Blackest Night.
Yes.
That's when a bunch of superheroes, Superman, Batman, they all got pretty much turned into Black Lanterns. Yeah. Luckily for the Flash, since he's been outrunning his version of death for so long, like the speedsters have a version of death. They have a speedster that's pretty much their death. So it's like same deal for him. You know what I mean? He kind of broke out of it, became the Blue Lantern, and so forth and so forth. But the Blackest Night one is really one of the most interesting ones to read, and it really opens up the Lantern Corps more than the green one ever does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you start to realize this is a bigger thing than than the Green Lantern Corps will ever be. It's like and then it leads to the White Lantern. You know what I'm saying? That's the greatest apparently.
Okay.
All the colors somehow combine into white.
Well, it's funny how that works. Like when you put all the colors together, it's supposed to be white, and black is no color whatsoever, or some shit.
Because white is right.
I guess so. Hey, I guess so, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah, definitely, yeah. It's like I said, anybody out there that wants to read a really interesting and good all around comic book. It's a lengthy one. The book's but it's completely worth it, man. You'll be entertained from cover to cover. It's good money.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It did look interesting because the Black Lanterns are not just like regular lanterns. They're like zombified.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, you can. Yeah, in a sense, yeah, it's death. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything comics has their version of death. So that's their version. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So is it that you don't have to be dead, but when you get engulfed in the Black Lantern, it kills you?
Well, it makes you undead in a sense. You know what I mean? It can make you undead, but it's when you get the Black Lantern ring. So all of it is the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at one point in the comics now, well, it just passed. Batman had the Black Lantern ring, but he was using it against the death metal Batman. So he was using it against him because he had it. You know, he was like, all right, I got it, but I control it. It doesn't control me. So yeah.
Oh wow.
And the funny part is he's been dead that whole time and nobody ever knew it.
Oh shit.
Rand's like, wait, you've been dead this whole time? He goes, yep.
Dang, that's gotta be scary.
Yeah, but he has a concentration in the will to do it, so it makes sense.
That's dope. Even in death, no one can break his spirit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mostly his focus.
Oh yeah.
Like break his focus. Yes.
So who's the scariest Black Lantern?
It's the original guy. I always forget his name. He's the one that started it all. I always forget his name, but it's him, the first one. He's pretty much the guy that that turns everybody. I always forget his name, man. Like it escapes me.
Hold on. I don't know why I put original Black Lantern and it just went straight to the Green Lantern.
Well, that's the one that they know best.
First two members of the Black Lantern Corps were Superman, Kal-El, and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, let me see something here. You got to find the Black. Shit. Black Hand.
Okay.
That's his name. Black Hand. That was not creative at all.
Yeah, for real.
It was not creative. Somebody said, Black Hand is good enough. Let's do this.
Yeah, right? He's a Black Lantern, Black Hand, Black Man. Fuck it.
Absolutely. Black everything. Black on black.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So that's him. Like I know I haven't read that story I haven't read that book in so long, but I can remember the gist of it,
Nah, yeah, I hear you.
He pretty much just starts turning people into Black Lanterns.
I hear you. That. So how big was that comic run? Like, you know how they had like the Infinity Gauntlet or the Flashpoint. Was that something that changed?
Yeah, it was major because it affected all the superheroes pretty much, and supervillains. Like it brought the Sinestro Corps, the Rage, like it brought all kind of like in a sense of like, all right, we have a problem, fellas. We got a problem here. Got to figure this out, and that was that Lantern. Yeah. And like I said, if you had Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all these, like Superman by himself is something. So to incorporate all of that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Did they use that to like reboot the comic book history?
it kind of went the way of the new 52.
Okay.
But then they rebooted that too. So it was like DC started just rebooting, and so did Marvel. It's like, dude, just pick one.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, the first 2 hours of this comic it didn't sell, so we're gonna have to reboot it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like whatever storyline you guys were going with, you didn't stick to it. You just changed your mind midway and go, all right, let's go left. Just like their movies.
Oh yeah. Which we
Good job, DC. Good job, DC.
We could get into that later.
Oh yeah, of course.
When we get off the rails.
No, yeah.
We're definitely gonna go after that. What's going on, Big Food? But yeah, all right, yeah. So I know you have some characters you wanted to get into.
Yeah, so the one I want to start with, of course, is Carnage.
Okay. Because
Cletus Cassidy is really the driving force behind it. The symbiote is not really what drives. Symbiote just amplifies whatever the person that's wearing it does. Cletus Cassidy killed his grandmother and his parents when he was very young because, he's a psycho. And guess what he is? He's white.
Yeah, right?
You know what I'm saying? So you understand that the true villain or the true monster is not the red that he wears, not the symbiote, but it's the man. The human being is what really you should be afraid of because he was killing way before he ever got that. He became a serial killer once he got old enough. It's like he just started. Sure, he killed the little animals before because he's a psycho, so that helps.
So he's Michael Myers with the symbiote.
Think of more of like the Joker with the symbiote.
Now that's fucking
like
scary.
he enjoys doing it.
Damn.
He relishes in the fact. He loves it. And he'll make fun of you as he does it, and he's creative with it. So that, in essence, is the scariest part. That's a human being. Essentially, the human being is what really drives everything. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that in itself is scary. Just fucking this dude. He's the Joker, but with a
absolutely. Like if you put a symbiote on the Joker, pretty much what you get with Cletus Cassidy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is it called symbiote or symbiote?
Well, I say symbiote because that's when I was watching the Spider-Man cartoon. That's the way they said it.
Okay.
So I was like, I just went with that. I'm like, that's probably it.
Oh, because I always thought it was like the symbiote.
Because I know in the movie they mispronounce the shit out of it, so I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, they do. They mispronounce the shit out of all that shit.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw a little bit of it, I was like, nope, not invested anymore.
I completely understand that. I hear you. Yeah, but definitely Carnage. But like I said, more Cletus Cassidy than the actual symbiote.
I hear you.
Rockets. Yeah. Then there's the other one is, of course, Nightmare, which makes sense. I mean, Nightmare. I think it pretty much sells itself right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nightmare. Simply for the fact that's what the man does is he provides nightmare, but he does it to the point where you either lose your mind or you kill yourself. So
is he a DC character or a Marvel character?
Marvel. These two are Marvel. The next one is DC, but these two are Marvel.
Okay.
Carnage is Marvel. Oh, Cassidy's Marvel, and so is Nightmare.
Who's Nightmare's? Who's his?
Well, it would be like Doctor Strange or Ghost Rider.
Okay.
That is the mystic world in a sense. So like mystic arts or magic or stuff like that, or supernatural stuff. It would naturally fall. Or even the other guy from New Orleans, Voodoo Man. They would fall under they deal with that Nightmare.
Okay, like the supernatural shit.
Yeah, like he has like his own dimension that he kind of rules over.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll cross over, kind of like a Mephisto or Dormammu, those kind of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So is he powerful? Like, can he kill Mephisto?
Yes, he is. Like I said, he rules over his own dimension, so that it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But he does rule his dimension, and he's given Doctor Strange, he's given Voodoo Man, he's given Ghost Rider like a run for his money. You know what I mean? Like he's properly powerful.
So what's like the scariest or most impressive thing that he's done in the comics?
Oh wow! I think I forgot what superhero was it that he almost drove completely insane. And it's one of them with the biggest, with like some of the greatest willpower, and some of like they were intensely focused, and he just the worst visions and kind of ideas almost led him to off himself. I forget what superhero it is, but it got close.
Oh shit!
If it wasn't for Doctor Strange, it would have went left.
Damn. So he did something like Wanda in Age of Ultron type shit.
Yeah, well, in a sense, because he that's his whole focus. You know what I mean? Like he could make it all real in a sense. Because it's Nightmare. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that.
Yeah. Well, you probably don't, not if you're that hero.
No, I'm saying no. I would imagine his power would be to give you nightmares.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, real quick, going back to the Carnage, because I remember, I don't know if it was you or Cap, or probably y'all had the discussion about it. It's like the symbiotes don't have a temperament; they just latch on and enhance whoever they get onto.
Yeah, the symbiotes almost don't have like a personality in a sense, and they just had this thing where Null, the king of the symbiote, right? He pretty much breaks it down like, they're really peaceful, honestly. They're chilled, but once they latch on to somebody that's not Eddie Brock, Cletus Cassidy, you know what I'm saying, anybody else, Hulk, they just amplify whatever the person's feeling. They kick it up a notch. That's why when Spider-Man got it, and all of a sudden, he started feeling not that stupid Spider-Man 3 swagger thing, but like, he started feeling like he got to the point where like, I'm tired of the fact that I got to stop these guys. I stop them, they get out of prison, and they come back. I'm like, I got to start finishing them. And that's the symbiote starting to fuck with him.
Okay.
Because in his mind, at one point, he got upset, and it just latched onto that raw emotion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And with the other two, with Eddie, clearly it was, like we said before, it was like with Eddie, it was the whole thing of trying to hurt someone that hurt you because they rejected you. And then with Cletus is just a complete psychopath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it happens to be the offspring of Venom. So
it's already has that.
They made a bunch of other ones like Riot and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe in the lab. This one, it's literally the offspring of Venom.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
So it already had that hate in it from Eddie Brock.
No, when it separated itself, it was looking for another host to level that up, and it just happened to find.
The one. If it found itself, it found itself a nigga.
It found a true psycho.
Because I was
funny because on the DC side, one of my favorites is he's a Batman villain. Not too many people know about him, but his name is Victor Zsasz.
Okay.
Victor Zsasz is a serial killer. Every time he kills somebody, he marks himself with his knife on his body. So everywhere there's a mark, like where you can see it. And I remember at one point I was just counting like the marks on his chest, and I counted 75. I was like, that's a lot.
Damn.
So this is where I'm saying this is the person is the problem. You know what I mean? Like that's scary when a human being can get to that point.
Yeah.
And he kills for the enjoyment of killing, like Cassidy. The pure enjoyment of doing it.
Shit. Because I was gonna ask you, was there ever a point where the symbiote was like, all right, my nigga, you doing too much?
Yeah, I remember, I don't know, it's kind of hard to find that comic, but where like Eddie's almost going off, and even the Venom symbiote like, hey, pump the brakes, bro. We're not the guy in red. Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Like he's usually down to do something like, hey, we're doing too much here. We'll slow down. And where the other one is attached to somebody that doesn't care. It's like, yo, let's keep doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just to picture that, like, if anybody has any kind of sense for what Venom could do, and then you have the offspring of Venom connected to a psychopath that you just described as the Joker, and some dude that has 75 bodies on his chest.
Just his chest. But remember, every time he kills someone, he marks it on himself. So this is him continuously doing it. And he's been caught, he's gotten away, and he keeps doing it. And he's one of these, he's a Batman villain. And he's one of these villains that, since Batman doesn't kill, the guy continuously murders. You know what I mean? Obsessive. Yeah. So like you throw him in jail, but then he goes to jail and he kills people there.
That's crazy. So Batman never like fucking tried to kill him? Like no one's ever.
Not the ones that I've read with Victor Zsasz, because he's usually a side villain, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's not the Riddler or Two-Face. But it's an interesting concept because he continues to kill. And even at one point, he's like, I'm running out of space in my body to put marks. And he just started, he was like, anywhere I can find it, I just got to keep killing.
Damn.
So that's how the guy works. That's Victor Zsasz.
That's
a psycho. That's all he is. He's a psycho.
Was he one of your people, or that's like a bonus?
Absolutely,
one? Okay.
Absolutely. I picked him because it's the human being that's a problem. And he's in good shape. He works out regularly, but he's a psycho, essentially. You know what I mean? And that's the scariest thing is when a human being can get to that level to me. Not when it's an entity like a Michael Myers or whatever. This is a man that decided I'm just going to start murdering consistently. And that to me has always been scarier in the mind because what part of your humanity did you lose for that to happen?
For real. Like what? Like it would be funny if his mom was named Martha and he lost her in a back alley, at a fucking movie theater or some shit like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple of villains that have really fucked up origins. Like shit is really fucked up for them.
Yeah. So
you can kind of understand where they're coming from. Like Dr. Doom, his mother was killed by Mephisto.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, he started doing the sorcery stuff and all that to get her soul back and almost destroy Mephisto. But the problem is there's also the ego that he has. So it kind of like gives you that double whammy of like, I kind of feel for you, but then you do shit that makes me not want to feel for you, bro. Like you had me and then you lost me right there.
That's crazy. Because I didn't know Mephisto killed Dr. Doom's mom.
If you look it up, it's one of those things like, well, and then fucked up part is Doom like gives up his wife. I guess like kind of like trade for his mom. If I'm not, I think we call that correct. But then Mephisto's like, no, it doesn't matter. Now I got your wife too, stupid.
Oh shit.
It's Mephisto. You don't trust who is pretty much the devil in the MCU.
Yeah.
You don't trust in Marvel. You know what I mean?
Shit. Damn, that's scary in itself. Like my man, has Dr. Doom killed Mephisto?
I think in one he did when he got the power cosmic from the Beyonder. Like he got the power from the Beyonder, and Beyonder's powerful. And I think I remember him like just catching, just going to work, doing everything he's ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's interesting.
My bad. There was a spider by my damn wall. I was trying to kill it.
It's all good.
I'm not afraid of spiders. I just don't want shit crawling on my damn leg.
I hear that. It's funny at work. Everybody. Oh, there's a water bug. Give me a second. I'm the only person wearing boots, and I guess I'm the only person that they don't bother. So I'm just like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, like I'm not afraid of them. I hate bugs, man. They just piss me off.
I hear that. I completely understand that.
It's like, mind your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the rudest motherfuckers I've ever seen, these motherfuckers. Like, if you're in the middle of a fucking podcast and you want to crawl down the fucking wall, blow it out your ass.
Well, I mean, it's close to Halloween, so they should be coming out, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
That would make sense.
Yeah, right? But don't ask me for no fucking candy, motherfucker. Shit. Yo, yeah. So, I mean, we got to talk about Ghost Rider, because he's actually essentially a good guy.
Yeah, he is. He is for the same. I mean, he doesn't look like it.
No, he doesn't.
All.
Yeah.
But like we said before, with Ghost Rider, it makes perfect sense because his power set is absolutely right down the middle. He knows if you're a piece of shit or not. So like you can say whatever you want, but he's gonna look into your history and go, all right. So clearly you don't deserve to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a real interesting one because he'll cross over, like I said, with Doctor Strange. He'll cross over with Voodoo Man. He'll cross over with the Avengers and people like that, And you're like, where do you fit him? And you want to say supernatural, but between the motorcycle and the chain, you could also fit him as just a powerful hero, period,
Yeah.
But like you can pigeonhole them in one place, honestly. Even though it is a spirit of vengeance, you're like, yeah, but he's very powerful. So I kind of like, I can go either way with him.
Yeah, he's like the spiritual version of the Silver Surfer, if I had to almost compare him.
I can see that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Because in the Silver Surfer, like OP.
No, he is. When you have the power cosmic, that's when you've essentially become close to a god or almost a god, depending on the power you get and how you use it.
Yeah.
And like he's Galactus' favorite herald because he almost never fails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, okay, I get it. And he made the choice to do it to save his planet. He said, be my herald, and I'll spare your planet. He said, all right, let's do this.
That's you got to have some devotion to your planet.
Well, it's mostly his wife.
Yeah,
it's his wife. It's always that one person. She's no Lois, which is good. She was like, no, don't do it. He was like, yo, it's either me or all of us, man. I'll take L. I'll take a knee for this.
Yeah,
Run
right.
out the clock. It's ending now. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. And Ghost Rider, you said Silver Surfer is the power cosmic. Ghost Rider is pretty much the power of hell. Right?
Well, yeah. You can. That's what you're pretty much looking at. Yeah, essentially, hell itself. It's like pretty much
because he has the hell flame,
or you can say a kind of like an angel of death, kind of in a sense of like the whole thing with the angel of death is he's going to lead you to where you need to go. It's either heaven or hell. So essentially, that's like their version of death. He's going to judge you either way. So you're like, all right, do I let you go or do I destroy you? So,
Has there ever been a time where Ghost Rider did some personal shit? Like he's like, I don't give a shit if you're a good guy or a bad guy. I'm fucking killing you.
There is one. I'm for sure. I know Cap will know more. I'm like my Ghost Rider knowledge isn't shit, but it isn't great.
Yeah,
it's like right in the middle. I know a couple of times. Robbie Reyes went off the rails right away. Like to the people in East LA that were fucking with his family and all that. He took them dudes out. That was straight personal. That had nothing to do with the spirit of vengeance. That shit had none. It was him to like, yo, I gotta get rid of these people. You know what I mean?
My man said, I'm gonna collect your souls real quick. Let me go handle this business, and then I'm out.
His thing at the very beginning, it was personal, And the funny part is the soul that took over him is one of his uncle.
Ah, okay.
Who was a killer, essentially, right? And he took over, but it got changed into the spirit of vengeance. So,
okay. Yo, real quick, I've always wanted to ask this: like, has the Ghost Rider ever killed Punisher? Like, has he ever given the stare? Like, does he just not fuck with him?
Here's a fun part, right? So he did give the Punisher once the pinch stare, and nothing happened. And he was like, I don't understand. He goes, I regret nothing I've ever done. The Punisher literally looks at him and goes, I regret nothing. And he goes, that's why it didn't work. You don't regret anything you've ever done. So since there's no regret in him, in his soul, there's nothing to punish.
Oh, shit.
The Punisher, like, yo, he fully believes what he's doing is right. In his heart, like in his little heart and soul that he has, he believes he's correct. It doesn't bother him. And he did this stare, and I'm pretty sure Cap will tell you the same thing. Cap, that he was on some nothing.
Oh man,
nothing. I can't do anything with this dude. Like he straight up looked and he says, and he looked right at him and goes, "It's not working. I regret nothing."
Shit.
That's it. And that was that's when Ghost Rider figured out. Yeah, some people are just they're that.
Damn, that's crazy. My man
Yeah,
said, "I don't have a soul for you to fucking punish."
There's a soul. There's just no remorse. There's no regret. He believes he's done nothing wrong ever. So he's like, the people that I killed deserve to die in my eyes, my heart, and my soul.
That's scary.
That is. And once again, and that was gonna be another one I was gonna throw at the end, but the Punisher is definitely another one that is like, he's trained very well, almost too well. Then he has no remorse at all. Like he doesn't think twice about something. And that's absolutely, like, it would be a sense of like Cletus Cassidy or somebody like that, but so driven and focused that it's not insanity. It's really just
purpose.
Punishment. That's it.
Yeah.
This is punishment. I remember somebody was asking me, is it really punishment? I go, have you read his comic books? That's all it is. It's not, he hates them, but there's not like this insane joy that he gets from killing people. He's not smiling when he's doing it. He's doing it because he needs to. It's a war that he knows he's not going to win. So,
No, I hear you. We all had that thought. It's like, this motherfucker just needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all had that thought.
We went down there. We went down to not dealing with shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He is one of the number. He is like top 2, 3, didn't deal with shit at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No shrink. It was just straight guns.
He said, I found my solitude, motherfucker.
Yep.
Yo, so what's scarier? A psychopath that kills out of enjoyment or a man that just fucking kills and has no remorse of it?
I mean, in my opinion, is definitely a man that kills and there's no remorse to him. He's not enjoying it, but he's doing it because in his mind, in his head, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. It's not like it's fun for me. I need to do this because 2 things. I can and I will. And that will right there is very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Extreme, because he's by any means, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a storyline, right? Where if I remember correctly, right? There's 2 cops, right? And they're on the take. He doesn't kill cops. He doesn't do that. But he set them up to the point where they kill each other.
Oh, shit.
So he's like, all right, if I don't kill cops, but I got to find a way for you 2 to be punished. And he wound up sending up that they off themselves because each one of them thought they were going to rat on each other. You know what I'm saying? So they both off themselves. He was like, there we go.
Yeah, fuck it. 2 birds with 1 bullet.
Absolutely. Well, they're bullets.
Damn.
So, yeah.
No, but yeah, man, that makes sense. It's like, because after a while, I'm pretty sure these psychopaths are not going to find enjoyment in killing. They're going to go evolve into something else. But Punisher's just like, he knows he's making the choice. It's almost like these psychopaths don't have a choice. It's just, this is my pleasure here.
This is who I am. This is how I am. Yeah. The Punisher, remember, Punisher was, he's a veteran, a Marine. He had family. So he was good. And, shit went left. And unfortunately, when it went left, he went way left. He said, all right, I'll go further over there,
He's the embodiment of, all right, you fucked with the wrong person.
Yeah, remember we said Michael Myers, nigga here now?
Yeah.
He's like that on roids, on steroids. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Oh,
so
man,
that's definitely him.
It's not even on site. I can kill you without looking at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And creatively, too, man. You know what I'm saying? Very creative.
Damn.
There's a comic where there's a blowtorch and a guy he has strung up. You can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Just get information. And the guy is funny. The guy's, oh, you're going to let me live? He goes, no. Are you crazy? I don't do that. If you don't give it to me, I'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
Like he's asked people are like, you let me live? Absolutely not.
So that's not the rules here.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. The name, the gear, I don't think you understand what you're in right now. I am not that guy. I'm not the guy in Hell's Kitchen. I'm not the guy that swings all over Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in a tower. No, that's not me. Bullets, guns, knives, explosives, and you. That's me.
Damn. Yeah, I saw there was a comic run where there was an infection, almost like a zombie infection, and Punisher, Cap, and I think some other heroes were trying to basically just kill everybody, or stop the infection. And Cap got infected, and he forced the Punisher to kill him, and he's like, "Yo, man, I've always looked up to you," and he killed him, and it was like it was no choice that he had.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know if it was the same run or it was something similar, but Deadpool kept popping up, and every time he killed Deadpool, he'll come back, and it almost became a joke. And he had to cut Deadpool into pieces and bury him all around the city.
Yeah, they all right. So the one I know the one you're talking about, right? And Cap, the only reason Cap asked him is because almost nobody else would do it. He knows he doesn't like what the Punisher does. He's not a fan of the Punisher, like whatever, like his methods, but he knows if something needs to get done, just like Nick Fury, this is who I need to call. It's like this guy will do it. And ultimately, like often him, he's like, yo, just do it. He goes, huge fan, but yeah. And then the Deadpool thing is, yeah, he kept doing that. And then after that, they spin off and did another series where Deadpool was after somebody that the Punisher was after. So they're essentially trying to kill the same person.
What's going on, show?
Yo.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Don't mind me. Just here for support. Everything y'all say, I don't fucking understand. Who's the Black Lantern? Please explain.
Black Lanterns are pretty much the depth of the of the Lantern Corps. They're death.
That's crazy. I thought there was only one.
No, there's green. Like we just said, there's green. There's yellow, orange, red, blue. There's ultraviolet.
Yes. I think that's a new one. I think it's a new one.
And then they combine all of them and they become white. I don't know how that doesn't make any sense.
Because white is right. You said it.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, this if you look it up, like I tell you right now, that Saturday I showed you, look up the Blackest Night story and then go from there.
I'll start from there.
And like it's a lot, but if you break it down, it's completely worth it. It's really enjoyable.
I'll check it out. I'll be ready for the next one. I didn't know y'all was talking about the Black Lantern. I didn't even know what the topic was today.
Well, it's scary characters. So, I'm pretty sure that there's some characters that you've seen or heard of and, you think they're scary or something like that. You talked about Carnage. You was watching the podcast, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Y'all my favorite people.
We spoke about Victor Zsasz. We spoke about, who else?
Mephisto killing Doom's
Mephisto,
mother.
Nightmare, yeah.
Nightmare. Ghost Rider. The Punisher, essentially. It's I forgot. It's funny. He shouldn't be scary, but he is to people, and that's Nightcrawler. But the scary part about Nightcrawler is when he teleports, he goes through a dimension. It's like almost like a pocket of hell that he goes through.
Mm-hmm.
Before he comes to the other space, like he goes through that dimension. And they showed it in the comics and they showed it in the cartoons, and it's crazy. Because at one point, I forgot what happened, but his powers, like, they were just on the fritz, and he got stuck there. And they had to go find him. And they realized how, like, okay, so maybe this is why he's so religious. Besides the fact that people hate him, it's like, yo, he goes through hell to teleport. And that's one of those things that, like I said, he looks like a demon, a Nightcrawler looks cool as hell, by the way, but he looks like a demon, but he is the complete opposite of that. He's religious, he's really nice, but when he teleports, he does go through hell pretty much. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, and go ahead.
I was gonna say, to use his special powers, he has to suffer.
Most of the time, that's usually what it is.
Yeah.
They hurt.
Like he does that, and he's a skilled hand-to-hand fighter. He's a great swordsman. Like, he's really good with swords. But then again, so is his father. And right now his name escapes me, but he's like a red version of him, in a sense. Him and Mystique got it on and had him.
Nope.
Yeah. That's what it was from.
What you was gonna say, Tom?
I was gonna say it's funny how at least in the X-Men, there's like they use. I'm sorry. I know Cyclops opens up his eyes and it sends a energy from another dimension that he's shooting. He's not shooting laser beams out of his eyes. And then Nightcrawler goes to hell and comes out. It's like a lot of these things that they get it from other dimensions and other pocket universes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like science. You know, like to cure Cyclops, you got to close that fucking dimension that's in between him and his eyes.
You know, and I wouldn't, because you would make him a lot less cooler. He's not cool at all, to be honest with you. He's like the least coolest member of his family. His father is a space pirate, and his son has a metal arm and teleports. Like, you're the least cool dude in your family. How is that possible?
Hey man, somebody got to do it.
Yeah. Can't all be like that.
He's a space pirate. I remember when I read that, I was like, how are you this uncool?
And isn't his brother also some?
His brother's like one of the another powerful mutant. Like, he has energy projection and all that. He can fly. You're like, dude, how do you suck?
Well, didn't also like his powers
And his
became
other brother
limited?
Havoc too. His other brother Havoc.
Yes. Oh, he has two brothers.
He has two brothers.
Okay, I thought Havoc was.
Cyclops has two brothers.
Okay, I thought Havoc was the only one he had.
No, he has two. It's Havoc, and I think the other guy's name is like Volcano or some shit like that.
Okay.
I forget, but I know there's two brothers.
But didn't his powers get hindered when he fell off the horse and hit his head, or the plane crashed and he hit his head?
I believe so. Like I said, you probably have to talk Cabs about it, because I don't like Cyclops at all. So I know the basics of his shit.
Yeah.
Like his basic origin. Because I'm like, yo, you're a loser. I don't like you. I've never found him interesting, you know. And I remember somebody goes, oh, so he's like Cap. I go, no, he's not. Cap is interesting. This dude is he calls him a soldier boy because he always listens to what Professor Xavier says. He doesn't mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Logan can't call somebody a soldier boy and go, yo, I'm a soldier. I've been through 10 wars pretty much.
For real.
Yeah.
Azel? I think that's Nightcrawler's father. Azazel.
That's him. He's in X-Men First Class, the movie.
Yes.
He's in that. Yeah.
He was this guy's right-hand man.
Yes. He was Sebastian Shaw's right-hand man.
Yes. There you go.
Even though he's not part of the Hellfire Club, but you know, you gotta take your liberties when you can get him. That's the movie that took liberties, and I was like, I got no problem with it because it made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, so all right, I know I wouldn't say a scary storyline, but like a sadistic type serious storyline is what the Joker did to Jason Todd. Was it Jason Todd?
Death of the Family. Yeah. When he beat him with the crowbar.
Damn.
Yeah, like he beat
the shit out of him, man. Like, but here's a funny thing, and I don't know if anybody knows the history. I think most people do, like the comic book world. So, right, Jason Todd was introduced, right, we got a new Robin, right? Mm-hmm. So he was literally taking the wheels off the Batmobile, like he was stealing them, and Batman was like, holy shit, that's unreal. And he's like, he has to be like 10 or 12, some shit like that. Like, he's young. And he's like, how the fuck from the Batmobile? How you stealing my wheels? So he became it. But the problem with Jason is Jason was hot-headed, more aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't what essentially Dick was. You know, Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson was really cool, nice, relaxed. You know, when he got older, he got to the point where he got stronger physically, because between all the Robins, he's physically the strongest one. Like, he's the bigger one. You know, even though Damian is dangerous, he is physically bigger than, like, you know what I mean? Like, the boy got the weight on.
he hit the gym.
When he started to get older, he started to become more aggressive, and he started like, yo, you're not understanding what we're doing here. Like, you want to be soft on these people, but these people are hurting other people. Telling Batman. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, that aggressive attitude is what got him in the position to get his ass handed to him by the Joker.
Okay.
being overzealous and thinking, yo, I got him. And the Joker's like, no, my man, just because I don't physically impose you doesn't mean I can fuck you up with a crowbar.
Hey, bing.
You know?
Hey, yeah.
And then he blew him up. But what happened was they made a hotline to see if Jason lives or dies.
Yes, I was just about to ask you that.
And one dude somehow put his phone to call that number like 100 some odd times a day so he can die. So that guy really had it out for him.
Yeah, because apparently he was the least liked Robin.
Yeah.
Out of all.
He was. It's funny because now I feel like it's Damien because everybody loves a Red Hood.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, at that time, nobody liked him. And you know what sucked about it? Because right after him, it was Tim Drake. And Tim Drake is seen as the best detective out of all the Robins, and even better than Batman. Batman says it. He goes, "One day you're going to be a better detective than me, for sure."
Shit.
So yeah. So you're stuck in between the Golden Boy, which is, Dick Grayson, and then one of the most intelligent ones, which is Tim Drake. You're right in the middle. You're aggressive. You're a bit of an asshole. Nobody's going to like you. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I did not know there was different.
Yeah, but he definitely the Joker. I mean, backhand, forehand. It was just like that crowbar went to work, and then he blew him up.
How did he come back to life as the Red Hood?
Lazarus Pit? The Lazarus Pit, as everybody explains it.
Okay.
Because the way they say it, right, is that Roz hired the Joker to get one of the Robins, and essentially. And this is another Red Hood. The comic kind of takes from it, but the movie takes from it. So essentially, he feels like, I'm responsible for Robin's death, and you know how much he respects Batman. He calls him the detective.
Yeah,
he knows who he is, but he never reveals the secret. He goes because he always wanted him to take over the League of Shadows. He wanted him to take over them because he was like, yo, nobody is on that level like you are. So he like, I feel responsible for his death. Maybe the Lazarus Pit, but the problem is, when you go in the Lazarus Pit, you come out a little batshit.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? You come out batshit. That's what it'll give you eternal life. Like this dude's been alive for 600-700 years.
Damn.
Ra's al Ghul or Raish, whichever name, tickles your pickle.
Yeah, we don't discriminate here.
Yeah, no, because I've gotten into this arguments about that name.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he felt that he was responsible for him, so he wanted to bring him back. But then Jason lost his shit, and then he went on to become a better marksman, to train with Lady Shiva, to do all this stuff, and then essentially become the Red Hood. And the Red Hood is a Joker persona from years back. So it's like he's turning it against the Joker.
So it's almost like, well, you got yourself a nigga now.
Exactly. He's like, yo, listen, this used to be your thing, but I'm making my thing, and I'm gonna make it worse than you ever made it.
Train with Baby Shiva.
Like I said, you guys get a chance, watch Under the Red Hood. They have it on HBO Max.
No, yeah, I saw it once, and it was definitely a good watch.
By the way, Doogie does Nightwing's voice. Doogie Howser does Nightwing's voice. So.
Oh shit! Okay.
How is that not cool?
True.
Huh?
True.
I gotta check it out.
My man can do anything. Fucking Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So and then there's most of the scary storylines you're gonna see it's like Batman, like the Long Halloween. That's another good one. Some of it is gonna be in the Batman movie.
Okay.
Some of that's gonna be in there. It's gonna be there's also when Bane broke his back. You know what I'm saying? Anything with the Court of Owls, because it's a secret society that's been running Gotham for centuries, and nobody ever knew.
So are those like the rich people, or is that just?
It's essentially a cult of rich.
Yeah.
White is right. So they've been running Gotham for years, and not even Batman knew about it. And that's the world's greatest detective. And then they have, speaking of zombies, their talons are undead soldiers. Like one of them is Dick Grayson's great-great-grandfather.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
Yep. Exactly. And so a cult that has zombie assassins. That's some really white shit.
Yo, for real, that is some white shit.
But scary as fuck though. Because they essentially they're dead. So if you trying to kill them is not gonna happen. It's a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? But they're good, they're really good.
I'm trying to kill him. You try to revive him. You're
Like the thing that works with them is freezing them, I remember correctly. Like if you freeze them, because the way they bring them back has something to do with cryogenics. If you freeze them, they no longer work.
What, some Demolition Man type shit?
Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of some shit like that, yeah. Absolutely, except their heads don't explode. Their heads don't explode, so there you go.
And that's crazy.
Absolutely. And there's always the one with Solomon Grundy. The Solomon Grundy storyline, and always that's purely a Halloween one. Because Solomon Grundy is essentially a zombie.
Yes, and he wakes up on there's a whole poem and everything.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
I forgot what the fucking poem is.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's he was a gangster at one point, and he pretty much got fucked over on a deal. And now he shows up every Halloween, pretty much. Comes out of a swamp that somehow Gotham has a swamp. Don't know how that works. But Gotham always has some fucked up areas. So there you go.
Yeah, it's like a week, right? He's only there for a week or some shit, or
Well, yeah, most of the time the legend
on a
is
Monday, lives on the
he'll
Tuesday.
show for a week and then vanish. But when you need a Hulk-like villain, they usually use him or Killer Croc.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, Show, you have anybody that you find scary or think scary in the Marvel universe, or like a scary situation? It doesn't have to be like Halloween related. It could just be anything.
Yeah, it could be your opinion, bro.
Yeah,
bro. And ain't nobody scarier than Thor.
And who?
I said Thor.
That's why I looked at you on some Thor, the Norse god of thunder. All right, I mean of lightning.
Nah.
What's going on, LaFlocka?
I meant to say.
My man was also. My man is also. Fuck you, thunder.
I wanted to hear the explanation to it.
Yeah.
Like I was really curious about the explanation.
Nah. I meant Thanos.
Oh, there's also the God Butcher, and he's gonna be in Love and Thunder. Christian Bale's playing him. He gets a sword that's made to kill gods, and he does it. And he does it well.
Damn. So it's kind of like the sword that Wonder Woman had.
Yeah, kind of like essentially like that. But do you know who made it for him? No, the god of the symbionts, the leader of the symbionts.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
But who did he use it on?
The Eternals, right?
I mean, some Eternals, some Celestials. He kills gods.
So Eternals and Celestials are god like, and then you actually have.
Yeah.
Then you
especially
have
Celestials.
Yeah. So like Celestials create shit. Eternals are just like
their offspring.
Immortals.
They made them, mutants, and humans. That's the thing they got in Marvel.
Yeah.
They made humans, mutants, and Eternals.
And then they have the one above all, and then the actual God.
Well, the one above all is their God.
Okay, he's the highest level.
Yeah, he's their God. And essentially, it's funny because in one comic they showed him, and he looks like Jack Kirby, the guy who made up a lot of the characters.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, so the one above all, you have like one above all, the Tribunal, Beyonder, and people like that.
Okay. Yeah, but talking about Thanos show.
Yes.
So the motivation for Thanos in the movie and in the comics are different,
right? No, I didn't. I know in the comics he's a lot more brutal.
Well, all right, so picture this. Thanos is actually obsessed with death. It's a woman, like
Lady Death.
Lady Death. Yeah,
Lady Death. and
You read
he
it.
snapped half the universe for death just to impress her.
See, I didn't read in the comic. Well, I did read it, but I didn't see it like that. Because I remember I think he was even mad at her at the end.
Well,
Because after he did it, she was like,
Yeah.
you good.
then she winds up with Deadpool.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, I made all this effort. You wanted with this idiot?
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what Thanos was thinking. And then Thanos made Deadpool immortal.
So that way he can never
so
die.
he was the one that made him immortal. I was gonna
No.
ask if he tried to kill him.
No, so he made him immortal, so like death wouldn't want to be with him. Completely backfired.
That's dope. I never knew that. I thought he was just born like that. And
No. The healing power was from the Weapon X experiment, right? And then he had the cancer. So like the cancers and the healing power were battling each other, right?
Yeah.
The one essentially, I'm healed and then I'm dying and I'm healed, so it's like a constant fight. But his healing factor is like Wolverine level, like you literally have to pretty much eradicate him, or you're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah, you have to drop him down to the
drop
cell.
of blood of Deadpool, he'll come back.
Yeah, as long as there's one cell that's still intact, he can grow
Absolutely.
himself back.
Absolutely.
And the crazy shit is, show that you might not realize, Wolverine has the strongest healing factor. His adamantium stops his stem cells from growing in his spine, and that's what makes it so. That's what makes it look like his healing factor is not that strong. It's like when Wolverine was dying through adamantium poisoning, Magneto, if I'm not mistaken, took his adamantium out, and like within an hour or two, he just grew back and healed perfectly. So if he didn't have the adamantium, in his healing would be like, he'll be some Hulk level shit where it's like you cut him and before the blade even gets off his arm, he's healed.
Correct.
damn. But with Wolverine, all he has is the blades on his fingers, right?
No,
It's
his
not really
well,
like
he,
what's his
well,
power?
his entire
Okay,
go ahead, like,
He has a power of scent, superhuman strength, agility, superhuman agility. He essentially has like animalistic instincts. He can smell better than anybody else. He can track you. You know what I mean? And then he has his berserker mode. That's when he completely loses his shit. Like his mind goes off and it's just an animalistic part of him. And the problem with that is he doesn't see what he's doing. He essentially is just clawing, destroying, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a berserker mode. That's him like unlocking his purely animalistic part of himself.
He'll
Yeah.
snap
But like I
out
said,
of it and be
super
like, I don't know
strength,
what happened.
Super hearing, super smells, touch. He can track. Like I said, he's essentially like a wolf, if you would think
Yeah.
about it. You know what I mean? Like he can do all of that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
and he was originally a Hulk villain, right? He was
well, yeah.
supposed to fight the
Yeah,
Hulk.
the sense is the Hulk was in Canada and he was part of Alpha Flight. There's a team in Canada, and they essentially sent him out to get rid of the Hulk because the Hulk came to Canada and the people were like, oh, you don't want him to do anything to anybody. And they sent out Wolverine to get him.
The Hulk would have whooped his ass and
Well,
ripped those little
he
blades
did.
out his fingers.
Yeah.
Well, in the first one, in the first one, Wolverine got good on him. And like even Wolverine, you know the Thing, right?
Yeah.
Cut half his face off. There was a point
Yeah.
where the Thing had to wear a mask.
Shit.
Yeah. Like Wolverine is, and at one point the Hulk breaks Wolverine in half and throws each part like deep, but then he comes back together.
Yo, Kenny's in the room. What's going on, Kenny? LaFlac is here. Pro Wrestling Podcast said, or a Wolverine, if you will, because you say he's like a wolf or like a Wolverine. Yeah.
Well, the reason I say the wolf is because if you look at his hair, and have you ever seen a Wolverine? It looks nothing like that.
That's true.
Have you ever seen a Wolverine? First of all, you're like, when I first saw it, I was like, yo, that's a cute little pet. Right? Like, it's cute. But then when you see it fight, you go, I take that back. Those things fight bears. And they don't back down.
It's the piranha of the fucking
they don't
land.
there is those are the definition of I want to smoke all day, every day. Those guys
Word.
define that. Wolverine's define that. Period. So,
Word.
Same thing with
so
the
does the
Tasmanian
character.
Devil.
So does the character. Yeah. Sure makes sense.
Yo, my brother always tells me that as good as Wolverine is, like every year on his birthday, Sabretooth comes and fucks him up. And like he can't beat Sabretooth for some reason.
Yeah. Well, to me, essentially, is like him and Sabretooth have a very long history. You know, they're essentially the family. That's what they made they retconned and made them family. And I was like, I don't like that. But whatever.
Yeah.
I don't write comics, so there you go. But, you know, I feel a lot of times that he's like, he holds back, you know? He's like I don't want to kill him. And he can take the ass whooping. If there's one person that can take an ass whooping, it's Wolverine.
Yeah, I'll heal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Two people that can take an ass whooping, they'll be fine. They're going to be okay.
What's Sabretooth's power, though?
Huh?
What's Sabretooth's power?
Sabretooth essentially like Wolverine, except without the great healing factor and no adamantium.
Oh, so I could whip your ass and kill you. I'm gonna just let you beat me. I'll be back tomorrow.
Like I said, I always feel like there's that he doesn't do it because like, yo, we have this history. You know what I mean? Like I've known because they were soldiers together, and then they were both part of the Weapon X project. So it's like, you know, but Sabretooth did kill his girl.
Oh hell nah! It's time for you to go.
Yeah, for real. Yo, so going back to Thanos, so what makes you pick him? Like what was scary for you?
I never knew Thanos from the actual comics, which is a lot scarier. For him to be able to torture his own daughter with no problems, that's scary. For him to be able to snap his fingers and get rid of you imagine that, getting rid of half of the world with one snap, bro? That's scary.
Nah, yeah, that is.
For him to be able to do it, and
I've been tempted.
Yeah.
You're on the train long enough. You're on the train long enough. You get tempted.
Yo, whoever unsnapped this fucking pandemic needs to serious talking to, bro. I'm gonna say it now. I was saving this for the Tone Show. We can elaborate more on the Tone Show, but we saw the best of people during the pandemic. Now that this shit's almost over and going back to normal, we're seeing the worst of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. But yo, did
You
guys...
know what else? You know what else we saw? You forget how beautiful the city is when like nobody's fucking with it.
True.
When you can just enjoy New York for what it is, the way it looks, the atmosphere.
Yep.
Believe me, on all my walks, I realized I forgot how beautiful the city was.
Yeah.
You know, because it's you, and then I walk 2 miles and I see the next person. So all I'm getting is the city in the winter, but I'm getting all of New York. And I'm like, I forgot how beautiful the city is without people ruining it. I don't. It sounds horrible.
Nah, it don't.
It's true. And like, look, and it's gonna lead back. It's gonna lead back to what we're talking about with Cassidy and Victor's ass. Sometimes the human element is the worst element.
Yes.
You know, that kind of takes away from essentially a normal beauty that you always have. But essentially people, for some reason, are bad shit or just pieces of shit. Like I saw a clip today where some dude punched the lady in the face in front of his kids on a train. I'm like, and nobody does anything. No hands are thrown by anybody else.
Yo, but you know,
we're living in a world of two things. We're living in a world of cowards and really sensitive people, and I'm not saying they're related.
Yeah.
But everybody's afraid to step up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're afraid to. I'm not telling you to be a hero, but I'm telling you at least be a decent human being.
Yo, but it's crazy to get into a domestic dispute in the streets because I've seen where.
No, but he didn't know this lady.
Oh well, you know,
She's a random woman.
I saw two people like arguing, a man and a woman, and the woman swung on the dude, and the dude pushed her down, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I just walked in on the train, you was arguing. I don't know what happened, but I saw you push homeboy, and like, unless he's beating your face in, you know, you're gonna have to relax. You know, sometimes you gotta learn. But you know, there's been situations where a guy and a girl are fighting, their boyfriend and girlfriend, and some dude jumps in on some yo, blah, blah, and now the girls are gone that dude's back and they're beating the shit out of that guy.
Word. That's
You know?
that's another thing. And the boyfriend, and then at the end of the day, they walk home together after all that shit, and you got your ass whipped for free.
For real.
Which is you stuff.
No, I'm just saying.
I know,
Into that fight, you get jumped.
I've seen it go both ways.
Yeah.
Whether somebody getting involved gets dropped, and then somebody getting involved drops.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree. It's a little testy. It's like I don't know. If I just came into it, I don't know what's going on. But if I'm there from the beginning, I'm like, you just like hitting women.
Yeah.
So if you like hitting women, I'm going to show you that I like to hit men that hit women.
Yeah.
There you go.
Essentially, I'm going to show you like hitting her. Well, let me hit you. See how much fun that is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no nails here. It's just fists, bro, and elbows.
Listen,
it'll be a lovely time for you.
Just be realistic.
As they would say, it's going to be a lovely tea party.
Oh,
be honest, Lee. Just tell them the truth. Listen, I just like hitting men. But
no.
You...
I 100%. It's going to sound corny as hell, and it's directed to this podcast and my whole life. I don't like bullies.
That's true.
Nah, yeah.
Where's the cap? I don't care where they're from. I don't like bullies. Because you know what it is? You learn how to fight, or you physically bigger, you get bigger to be a dick. And the fun part is when somebody is bigger and you're smaller and you drop them, essentially that's humility at its best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for real.
People, somebody small, I ain't the biggest dude in the world, but I'm pretty sure if I catch you with a good knee or elbow, you're going down like a sweet muffin. And I'll punch you the nads, gut, I don't care. And people are like, oh, that's not fair. What's not fair?
Anything's fair.
What's not fair? I'll kick in your fucking knee if I have to.
Yo, we're in the street, bro. This is a street match. There's no rules in the street match.
Kick them in the balls. Oh, my
God. There's no rules in street matches.
That's right. Yo, you got a street fight, which is aight. But a street match, that's the deadliest kind of fucking match you could have.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely correct.
Diamond wrestling, baby.
That's right. Yo, did you guys hear the reasoning behind Thanos where it wasn't for
Lady Death?
Like in the movies. It wasn't for
it wasn't for balance.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because they actually someone did the math. Now, it's flawed because it's only for Earth, but when he wiped out half the population, the consumption went down, right? But they were saying that due to repopulation, the growth after 49 years or 69 years,
it will go back
to the same population it was, and the resources will still be at the level it was when we were now. So he's like, it's pointless.
So in other words, snap more resources.
Yes.
Damn.
No. They were saying that the reason why he did the snap was because on Titan, there was an interdimensional war with the other timelines. And that's what caused his planet to die. And he came up with the notion of, we have to take out half the universe because, one, they don't develop time travel and destroy the timeline. So we'd have this shit again. Two, we're gonna save them with the resources so other people could join them. And like he witnessed the timelines battle. Like he was, like when they showed Loki and they had that little cartoon of what the TVA is. In the background, they had this figure of a ship. And that was the same exact ship that was in Infinity Wars when they showed Titan. And that's when the guy was like, Marvel doesn't do shit for shits and giggles. If that wasn't, Thanos' planet that they referenced.
Yeah.
For the first war that the one who remains or the one who's left fucking, basically ended. Thanos was a direct recipient of that. Like he was affected directly from that. So they were saying that his actual motivations were more to prevent another inner dimension. Is it interdimensional? Yeah, interdimensional war.
It's crazy.
It's crazy how these people come up with thoughts about this shit because it makes sense when they say it. But
Yeah,
then,
absolutely.
but then let them fucking do that shit in the movies. Oh well, he tried to stop us. Hey, nigga, why didn't you have a conversation with him? T'Challa would have ended this shit real quick.
This is true. This is true.
And he seems like a character that talks, because he was having deep conversation throughout the whole movie.
But also, when he realized, like in Endgame, they mentioned, you notice how his motivation changed. It was no longer resources are finite. He's like, yo, y'all people didn't, y'all people appreciate what I did. So I'm just gonna wipe all y'all out. Basically, I'm gonna start this shit from scratch, so none of y'all could go find out that there's another fucking in a timeline, so some of y'all can fuck that shit up and do all the other shit.
Agreed. Yeah, but the thing is, you figure, right? And when he goes, sometimes the strongest choices it takes the strongest will.
Yeah.
Like the biggest choices, right? And I get it. But here's the thing. Here's my thing is, why you? What makes you the guy?
True. Maybe the only one that has the balls to do it.
Why are you doing it? What qualifies you? Well, you put some people together, you put some individuals like the Black Order together, and all of a sudden you're the guy. I could have said it could have been Reed Richards, it could have been the Collector, it could have been the Beyonder, it could have been the Tribunal. The Tribunal is about balancing the universe. Why you? That's where you get that little arrogance that kind of kicks in.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, why him? Because he tried to stop it before, and he made the mistake. He's like,
he tried to stop it on his planet.
Yeah. So
that has nothing to do with the rest of the universe. That's your planet.
True, but hey,
figure out your problem. Figure out your problem in your planet first, and then go solve shit.
But you know what's crazy? Like a lot of people's motivations, like, yo, my family member smoked 8 packs a day and died because of this. Now I'm trying to get everybody to stop smoking.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
We got like 20-foot giants in here eating apples, and we can't grow apples fucking fast enough, and we died because of famine. So the whole universe got to go. Half of y'all niggas got to go because we only had half the food.
Pretty sure half of those people would want a choice.
It's true, but yeah, sure.
No, I got a question. Maybe I didn't read it right. Hulk is the toughest skin in the world, unpenetrable. And this snap smoked his arm off. How did Thanos avoid losing an arm or his life? Is there like something to that?
Well, he had the similar damage to his arm the second time he did the snap, when he destroyed the rings.
Okay.
Now,
I was wondering that.
I know in the comics there's no consequence for using the Infinity Stone. Like there's no hurt or none of that shit. But they made that up for the movies. One of the theories is that the Soul Stone was fighting him because he didn't earn it. Like if Hawkeye would have did the snap, I think it would have affected him less because he actually sacrificed something for the Soul Stone. Like he sacrificed Natasha, and like Iron Man, like it read him as like he was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice and all that other shit. But mostly because Thanos is technically a god, right? He's a Titan.
Yeah, he's both a deviant and a Titan. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's why he was able to do it the first time.
But he sacrificed his daughter too.
Yeah, so he was worthy of it. But that's fan theory. So I don't know, Leia, if you got an actual theory of why
it affected him. Well, you had to do a consequence for it. Like, look, when they figured out the stones, they figured out it's gamma radiation, right? That's the Hulk. So essentially, it shouldn't have affected him
at all. Yeah,
but for some reason, it did. You know what I mean? And he said, because I could be probably the one that can handle this. He did. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, is when you do it to a human, it's going to take. The whole point of it is something has to be given up for something to happen. Like that's life. Like in order to do something great, you got to give up something great. And for Tony, it was his life. For the Hulk, it was his arm. So, yeah.
That's crazy. They incorporate a lot of real life shit into the MCU.
There's a lot of meaning in what they do.
Yeah. Like when y'all was talking about half of the population, I think it's crazy because maybe I'm weird, but I felt like that's what COVID was about. I think we was getting overpopulated, bro. Like for real, for real. We had 6 billion people in the fucking country and then I think it was becoming to a point where the world was messing up or something. I gotta read up, and
Well,
I'm not very intelligent
no.
about this, but
Well, when they did the shutdowns, it was, I don't know if it was in France or one of the other countries. When they shut down that country, that part of the ozone layer started actually healing because there wasn't as much pollution.
yeah.
And
that's exactly.
like a lot of the shit was like we started seeing dolphins in the fucking, was the Hudson River or some shit like that. Like a lot of the shit we never seen before because there was too much traffic or some shit. Like the planet was healing itself.
There was almost no smog in LA.
Yeah.
The water in Venice and over there in Italy became blue again.
That's crazy.
And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
So essentially a rebooting phase.
Yeah. Now here's the question: AIDS, they said somebody fucked a monkey. COVID, they're saying somebody ate a bat. You think this shit is man-made?
Yeah,
I do.
I do too, as well. It's unfortunately they're blaming it on China.
It's a very specific virus.
Yeah.
It's very specific. Like what it attacks, the lungs. You know what I'm saying? All that. It's very specific. And the fact that it affects older people more, or people with
immune deficiencies.
Weak people.
But with anything like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like it really attacks the most vulnerable. So that's a really specific thing.
Yeah.
There's no way that cannot not be made somewhere.
It's crazy.
And
they make a movie like that?
And once again, the rich white people live.
The one with Matt Damon.
Yeah, where the guy was gonna let it loose.
I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, the one with Matt Contagion.
That's crazy.
And the funny thing is, I remember watching an interview with Matt Damon. He goes, "Yo, when you get to talk to the experts, because they spoke to two experts, right? That they're viral experts, not anything online. I'm talking about like viruses.
Yeah.
And they specifically told them this is how it would go, and this is how humanity is going to react to it. And he said they were on point with everything. And they told them 90% of the time it's man-made, but nobody will take responsibility because no one's going to take responsibility for all those deaths.
Yeah.
So when you got viral experts telling you, yes, that's man-made, trust me, it's too specific. Yeah.
Bonkers.
And that by itself is scary as shit. That man would make that.
So man basically became Thanos. They killed, I don't know how many people have died from
a couple 100,000. Yeah.
No, it's been millions now. It's been millions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember, we're talking about all over the world.
True.
Remember, how long was Europe in lockdown for? They've been locked down. Remember, they were in lockdown, then they weren't, then they were, then they stayed on lockdown. Now they're kind of slowly opening up again, and they might go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Australia, India was getting it bad. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody's like that over there.
Shit, I know. What was it? Australia? No, was it Australia? Where it was like within 2 months they eradicated COVID. New Zealand. There you go.
New Zealand. They were like, yo, stay home. And the president's a woman. You're like, stay home. Trust us. And then within 2 months,
no case.
It took them 7 months to get a case because somebody that flew in.
That's crazy.
Somebody that bought it with them, and they were like, all right, we got to do it again.
Yo,
we'll lock down for a month, and then we'll start over again.
What didn't we have no cases a couple months ago? And then we
didn't have any new cases, no.
And then now we're starting to have cases again because everybody doesn't know how to fucking drive.
When you open things up, and when people forget the mask stuff, and they forget, that the vaccination is to help you, not to stop it. Period.
Yeah.
People get stupid. People do dumb things.
When they think we're all here to suck their dick.
Yeah, it's like you forget that. Two things? One, you're doing it for more than yourself. If not for your fellow man, at least your family.
Yeah, right.
Be that person. You know what I mean? And people always forget. You know what I'm saying? That the masks are important, especially like on a train, because you're like you're stuck in together.
Yeah, in a metal fucking box.
Exactly. It's like we're all breathing each other's air at that point.
Yeah. And we all seen Space Jam, so we know that the fucking germ molecules can travel up the speed of light.
Well, and when somebody sneezes, that stays in the air. It doesn't come down.
And you sneeze at like what, 90 miles an hour or some shit.
Yeah. And it travels and then it just stays.
Yep.
Because it's so light, it doesn't really trickle down like that. So.
Yo, I know when it first started happening, there was this one person that was like standing next to me. He had no mask on, and I was like, "That's fine. You don't have a mask on. We're on the bus." I said, "Best believe, if this motherfucker coughs or he sneezes, I'm fucking him up.
I'm slapping the shit out of him.
No, I'm straight. Like I was already in the position to just boop, and then just keep hitting him. Be like, fuck it.
If you have COVID, I beat it out of you.
It's even if you didn't have COVID, it's just disrespectful. And now we got to the point where it's like, go ahead. It's like, all right, we're here now. You sneeze, we escalated. Now it's life or death. Now it's life or fucking death. Especially after my brother caught that shit. Oh man, I was waiting. I was waiting for the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But
it's crazy because sometimes I needed to sneeze and I didn't want to sneeze in public. I didn't want nobody to think nothing.
No, I hear you.
I'm a human. I'm just sneezing.
If you have your mask on and shit, or you sneeze in your shirt or whatever, that's fine. But if you just standing out there like we're the crazy motherfuckers, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna contagion everybody. It's crazy.
That's essentially what you're pretty much saying with no mask or no vaccine. It's like, fuck y'all, I got this. Do you? Well, if you catch it, I'm borderline condition. That's what it is. Borderline under condition.
Okay.
You have a condition already. You know what I'm saying? Like you have asthma or a heart condition or something like that. And you're over here fucking playing roulette with this shit with no mask or no vaccine. You're gambling right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this in the show, bro. This is a topic I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about
that.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Colin Powell just died with the vaccine.
Yeah,
I don't know that shit worked.
So yeah.
Well, he was fighting another disease. Like he was fighting cancer or some shit, right?
Who's that?
Colin Powell. He was fighting another disease, and the COVID just weakened him.
Cancer. It's cancer.
Yeah. Like Brody Lee had COVID, and he died because of lung complications. The effects
it
of
wasn't
after
even
effects of COVID.
It was the lung complication that got him.
Yeah, because that shit. A lot of people like they're fucked up for life because of what COVID did to their lung system and their their immunity and all other shit.
My father-in-law, he got lung problems to this day. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Is like everybody work. Like I tell people, I don't worry about myself. I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I worry about my mom, family, like people that I see all the time, people that I know have borderline conditions, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like my best friend has a kid, newborn kid, right?
Yeah.
First thing I did, like, yo, all right, let me see if I got anything close to it. Did a negative test when I saw the kid for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's my concern is my immediate people.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
I give a shit about me. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Couple shots of bourbon, smooth sailing.
That's
and I'm very fortunate not to have it so far. You know what I mean?
Bourbon kills everything.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is my immediate people. Because I see them all the time, and even the cocksuckers that I work with. You know what I'm saying? I bet you there's one I believe there's one watching now. And if you feel that's to you, figure that shit out. Anyway. So it's like I respect everybody in a sense. Like I don't want to be the person to do it, but also give that respect back.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, I always have the mask on, unless I'm eating or I'm drinking something, that shit is like, it does not come off. So kind of like, be humane. You know what I mean? It's like when you gotta remind somebody to be humane, how sad is that? And it goes with the whole Cletus Cassidy and Victor Zsasz and everybody. You got to remind people to be humane, not to be pieces of shit.
And it's more difficult to fucking remind people not to be a piece of shit than to just fucking.
Wheel flying?
No. I plugged in my phone to charge it.
Okay. Last time I heard that, you was like, working.
But all right, since we're going off the rails with a toe in the show fucking topic, who else we got? Or
wow, okay, you have Scarecrow, clearly. Scarecrow, fear being his absolute best weapon, because the Scarecrow isn't physically intimidating. He's not. He's a smaller guy, but his psychotherapy and then the fear toxin is perfect, for Halloween. And like they have this great picture of him now where he has like these Freddy Krueger kind of things where like it's syringes in his hands and he kind of infects you like that. For a guy that isn't physically intimidating, once he can get the fear toxin into you, whether it's air or whatever, he pretty much has you at his will.
Shit.
And that's where, once again, just a normal man, but just batshit, just a normal human being. And this thing about a lot of the Batman villains, they're just normal people. They're just a lot fucked up in the head, should I say? I can correct myself. You know what I mean?
All right, real quick, what's the deal with the Penguin? Is he just like a deformed person?
So the Penguin was born that way, and then his family pretty much disowned him.
Okay.
All right. So his family was a wealthy family. The Cobblepotts, they were a wealthy family. Like they were up there with the Waynes.
Okay.
And then he blew it. He blew the money.
Shit.
Then he turned to a gangster. Kind of get the mobster to kind of get the money back, and so the Penguin is essentially like, how do I say this correctly? He's an asshole and an idiot. Mm-hmm. But he's intelligent and, understanding that the underworld can win you fortune back when you do it right. When the crime is done right. Unfortunately for him, Batman is in the town, so it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only Penguin I know is Danny DeVito, bro. And to me, he played it well, but then again, I don't know comics, so I don't know how accurate he was in the movie. Was it Danny DeVito?
Yeah, Danny DeVito played him in the Batman Returns.
That's the only one I've seen. Well, I don't think they put the Penguin much in TV. Well, in the movies. Usually it's the Joker. Like I've always seen him in that movie.
Well, back in the days, the guy that played him was the same guy that was Mickey and Rocky.
Word?
He did it in the show, the 1960s.
Yeah, the TV show, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did that
famous voice.
And then, he did that.
They had the Gotham show where they had somebody else play him, and now in the Batman is going to be Colin Farrell, which is unrecognizable.
Shit.
And he sounds more like a mafioso, like Brooklyn gangster.
The Pro Wrestling Podcast said he also has minions that are like human-sized penguins.
Yeah, well, a lot of the villains like to do the whole kind of dress like me, but also be mine. Because apparently in Gotham, they have like a henchmen's are us.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of henchmen. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Like, I can get a henchman any day of the week. What? How bad is your unemployment there?
Yo, bro, sometimes you got to do something strange for a little bit of change, man.
Yeah, but the problem is Batman sees you, he goes, yo, I understand you got kids, but I'm going to break all of your limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and you got this costume on.
Yo, and if I was one of the henchmen, I'd have been on some, not for nothing. That's better than what the Joker's going to do to me. And we got the job done.
It's funny. If you ever get a chance, you watch Batman the Animated Series. There's a dude that Batman, he whoops his ass, right? And then he opens a door to a room of where his boss lives, and he sees Batman, and he just closes the door, and he goes, "What's in there? Nothing," and just walks away. He goes, "I got my ass kicked once. I'm not doing this shit again."
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not taking no more L's for this, man. Like, he whooped my ass. I'm good. But yeah. There's also Two-Face, and that's just a story of multiple personality. Like him, the way he would deal with things is to bring out Big Bad Harvey. Like the way he would deal with like being picked on, because he was picked on when he was younger. So he would deal with it by having another persona take over to deal with the stress. Like Harvey couldn't do it. Big Bad Harv could. And essentially that's what gave you the Two-Face. It looks like shit.
Yeah. Shit. Yo, but who is scarier? The Bizarro Superman or Doomsday?
Doomsday. Doomsday has one purpose: to destroy.
That's what he was made for, right?
Pretty much. And then the only way you can't kill him the same way twice.
So, shit. So, has Superman ever fought him again? And
I don't recall, but I remember somebody taking him to the beginning of time and leaving him there. Because, like I said, if you kill him one way, you can't kill him never again. He adapts to it. So it's Doomsday is a very appropriate name.
For real.
Kill you once, I shouldn't have to kill you again, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but it's like almost a Wolverine healing factor. He recharges, he comes back. So whichever way you killed him before, it's not gonna happen again.
So he's kind of like a predator.
In a sense, yeah.
Nope.
So what's the deal with Bizarro? He's just ugly looking.
You know, it's funny. I've never really gotten into the Bizarro story. Like I've never found him appealing. I just found him funny. Like actually, the iterations that I've seen of him, I found funny.
Yeah.
So I don't really know much about Bizarro. Like now, I really honestly do not know anything about him. Like I know he is the opposite of Superman. Clearly, that's really it, dude.
Yeah, that's all I know about it. Also, he's like from another dimension or somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And essentially, what I'm seeing, he's not a bad guy. He just gets led astray by bad people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He's essentially a simpleton.
Yeah,
but powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like a baby in Superman's fucking.
It's kind of like. When sometimes they make Solomon Grundy a simpleton too.
Yeah.
And sometimes he understands what he's doing. So it's like, but Bizarro is always, he's an idiot, but somebody can point him in the wrong direction to do something wrong.
Somebody can trick him.
Absolutely, easily.
All right, so who else we got? You want to go into storylines? Like some
storylines, scary storylines. Batman has a lot of good ones.
I would imagine, because everything that he does is fear. Yeah, like he's even fear.
Yeah. Doctor Strange has a couple of good ones with Mephisto and Nightmare. When it's a mystic art and supernatural stuff, they have a tendency of it getting a little weird. And honestly, you know what's really scary and kind of gross is the ultimate timeline of Marvel. Like if you guys get a chance, it's pretty fucked up. I'm telling you the truth, it's fucked up. But it's also and then of course the zombie timeline.
Yeah, that one.
You know, with all zombies, you know what I'm saying? The comic, the what if is great, but the comic it gives the details it gives you is you just realize how fucked up shit would be, because you know they still have their superpowers and they use them, but to feed ultimately, you know.
Was it a mind thing also in the comics?
From what I remember, it was essentially just the virus, but you're able to retain your intelligence to use your powers and feed. I just remember the virus didn't affect the brains that badly because they would strategize to do stuff. They would like lure people in. You know what I'm saying? Like they see a human or they see somebody that they haven't eaten yet, like, oh, we can corner them or something like that. It was still like Stark was still very intelligent.
Shit.
Yeah.
And was that virus from the quantum realm also or no?
I don't recall that off the top of my head, to be honest with you. But I know it's one of those like they went to it's an Elseworld kind of thing, parallel universe. Okay. Like, shit, this is happening here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they call those the ones that are in the main continuity, Elseworlds. Like it's somewhere out there. Like DC had one recently called The Deceased, where they had like a zombie thing too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That was cool. It's crazy. Absolutely.
Yo, was Spawn a scary character?
Who?
Spawn?
Well, yeah, Spawn is essentially gonna lead hell into Earth to take over it. That's what Spawn was supposed to be. He was supposed to be the devil's general.
I know that.
In the sense, like, all right, you agreed to this. Now you're gonna lead my army up there to take over Earth. And he said no.
Because
definitely that.
He had to make a deal with the devil, right? To live on some Ghost Rider shit, right?
Yeah, he pretty much made a deal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He said, I will be your general, whatever, just like spare my family or something. And then he just turned on him. He said, no, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Because the man himself, he's a government assassin, essentially. Like, you know, I mean, he kills for the government.
Yeah.
So he's going to hell no matter what.
Yeah.
But he made the deal to save his family, you know, to become that, but then told him to turn on the devil anyway.
Okay. Yo, speaking of the devil and Spawn and all, this is one character we haven't mentioned yet, Blade.
Well, Blade, the vampire angle is great. But the thing is, so there's vampires, and then there's vampires specifically that feed on Spider-Men and women. Exactly. Wow. They go through dimensions looking for Spider-Men and women, or any person with a rack like with that kind of power to feed on.
That's not Morbius, is it? Or
no, Morbius is a different thing. Morbius was trying to cure himself of a disease
and turn himself
over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But these individuals, right now, on top of them, we forget it, but they literally go to different dimensions, hunting pretty much radioactive spider people.
Shit.
Because that's what they ultimately could feed on. So that's in a sense a different kind of a vampire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then with Blade, the vampire hunter, of course, you know, it's he's teamed with Morbius and he's trying to kill Morbius. You know, he's teamed with Wolverine, Deadpool, Punisher. I mean, you name it. You know, because he is to vampires what the Punisher is to crime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like essentially that version of it with a sword.
Killing motherfuckers.
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
So was he a part of the Spider-Verse? Like if they make the Spider-Verse in the new Spider-Man movie, like that would be a way to bring him in because there'd be a vampire hunting the.
You could do it with Morbius, you know, and remember in the Loki series they mentioned vampires. And they go, there's vampires too. So you essentially threw it out there that they do exist. So you could do it.
Yeah, I remember they did that.
You could easily get to the point where Blade comes in and he sees Morbius. He goes, well, I know what that is.
We got to kill him now.
My whole life.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny. I haven't heard anything about Blade in so long, besides the casting. Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali. That's it.
Are they?
I haven't heard anything else about it.
You think they're doing like a surprise? Like he might just be in an end scene or some shit?
There's a possibility. You can fit him in almost anywhere. You know what I mean? If you do it smart enough, you could, and you can even do it on the show. Possibly like
Hawkeye.
He's come across Moon Knight plenty of times, so you could do it that way. Him and Moon Knight, you could do it that way.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Agreed.
Was the creatures? I think it was Blade 2, where the things open up their mouth.
You have what Nomak is.
So those were comic book accurate, or were they made for the movie?
Nah, I believe those were made for the movies.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe those were made for the movies. You know what I mean? But I mean, they usually have a different variation of vampires.
Yeah,
it makes it interesting. So I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It made sense. They had a crew that was trained to kill Blade, and Blade said, "All right, clearly you guys suck at this because you all died. So y'all would have never been on my level."
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. You also have the Howling women, the Howling Commandos.
Yes.
And that's Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, and the Invisible Man as well.
Wasn't that the name of Bucky and his team?
Well, this is the Howling Commandos, like how Wolf would howl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they in for Bucky?
The Howling Commandos, but the difference is that these are like
specific to a wolf.
Classic.
Okay. Yeah.
Sci-fi. Horror movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, Frankenstein has a Gatling gun, for the love of God.
Hey, he needs a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's always those characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those essentially they face off against vampires. Like Dracula is legit in Marvel. He's a character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They were trying to make the universe with the Dracula movie.
Well, we spoke about that before. They were trying to do because the Mummy failed so hard with Tom Cruise, they couldn't make the movies anymore.
Which is weird. I never saw that one, but I like the Dracula one.
Yeah, but the thing is, the whole thing was supposed to be the Wolfman, Dr. Jekyll, and like I said, Dr. Jekyll is in the Mummy movie.
Oh,
also
okay.
co-plays him. Yeah, so you had essentially set everything up, but that movie bombed so hard they were like, nope.
Shit, I'd have fucking been like, all right, that movie don't exist. Now we're gonna make another. We're gonna go to the Wolfman. If that shit sucks, then fuck it.
Pro Wrestling Podcast said it, the Dark Universe. That's what was gonna be the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd have been dope.
Yeah.
That'd have been fucking dope.
They had a movie in the 80s that kind of brought all those people together called the Monster Squad. And it's like Goonies meets essentially the Lost Boys or some shit like that. Like it's really 80s cheese, and you have Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, I believe. It's hilarious.
They also made the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just not name that.
No.
Skip that.
Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. That shit sucked. My pops liked it, so that's why I know that shit sucked.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of retired Sean Connery.
Yeah.
He said, I'm done. Yep, that's right. Podcast. Nard. Yeah, you see, you got it.
Yeah.
Yes, the Monster Squad. So yeah, you guys have it's Halloween coming up too, so it's like built for that.
Yeah.
The shot, you may not finish it, but at least you'll be like, oh, I know the movie.
Dracula called a 9-year-old girl a bitch in the Monster Squad.
Yes, he did.
Hey,
yes, he did. He did that. Yeah.
Fuck it.
And that's essentially the 80s for you.
Hey, you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Yo, Red Fox was Stanford and Son. I remember the court scene. My man said, I thought this was a jury of my peers. Yeah, where all these niggas at? You ain't got no niggas up in here. and then he was
funny. I remember reading that completely off the rail. I remember reading that it took him fighting to get that line out. Like he fought to get that line out because they were like, a lot of producers are white.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's offensive. He goes, how's it offensive if I'm saying it?
Yeah.
I'm a black man. I can say it. I say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And you got it.
And he also says spick and I think fag too. They
He would have been canceled in a minute.
Oh yeah, him and the white dude the show. Moving on up to the east side. That spinoff of that one.
Oh, Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker.
Yes. He was doing the same shit.
He was a fucking racist, of course.
Yeah.
You know what else would have got canceled? I love this show. It's like of all time. It's Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
Damn, Al Bundy.
He says, so let me get this right. Your husband is seeing my wife. He goes, let the punishment fit the crime. By the way, the guy that said that is a dude saying it to Bundy. He goes, okay, cool, I get it. But he never says fag. He just says homo.
Yeah.
And I remember I read an article somewhere they're like, oh my God, he said the word. And I was like, what would you expect somebody in the 90s to say? They don't have any other term for it, especially a middle-class working guy like him.
For real.
No picket fights.
But the thing is, homo meant the same. Like homosexual is same sex. They just turned it into that derogatory statement. That's how if I'm not mistaken, that's how they identified them. Homosexual is same sex.
So, Wrestling Podcast asks if people have thicker skin back then. You know what it is? I don't think it's thicker skin. I think it's just like you were used to stuff. Like people said stuff, you're like, oh, that's everyday stuff. It's not a big deal. And somewhere along the lines, one person got really offended, and it was like a chain reaction where everybody, you can't say nothing about nobody.
Yeah.
Well, you can't make a joke. I
think it is. It's not that it was thicker skin. It was that it didn't seem wrong. Like back in the day when you don't see anybody get affected by it because people were too afraid to be like, well, I'm one of those homos you're talking about. It's almost like it didn't exist. It was a word that meant something to people that didn't exist. And then when they started going, nah, fuck this, I gotta live my truth, and came out, and it's like, yo, here I stand, and there's a whole community of us, and then we actually start seeing how it affects them, and how that works. The same way with minorities, it affects them when you use those terms and all that stuff. Then society goes, yo, listen, out of respect for them because they're humans, and we have to, we they're not any different. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect for them, we have to start changing the way we think.
Here's the thing. The guy that played James Bond, right? Daniel Craig, right?
Yeah.
He came out and said, yo, I like going to gay bars. You're like, why? That doesn't make any sense. You're James Bond. You're the ultimate man. He goes, at one point in my life, because I would go to regular bars and dudes would want to fight me because I'm Bond.
Yeah.
Dudes would want to scrap with him, and he's like, yo, that doesn't happen at a gay bar. You're just there drinking and everybody's having a good time, And it's one of those things where you realize, once again, the human element sometimes is a problem. Sitting there, and the first thing you think in your head is, yo, I want to throw hands with Bond. No. Yo, do you even drink martinis? No. What do you drink, bro? I gotta have a drink with James Bond. It's dope. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Some asshole, most likely white. Be real. Stop playing this game.
Offense.
Really drunk, goes, yo, I think I can fuck him up. And he's like, my man, I didn't come here to fight. I came here to drink.
Duh.
That's why you come to the bar.
It's the same shit as Chuck Norris and Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. Steven Seagal. Everybody wants to shot at the champ.
Meanwhile, ain't nobody trying to throw hands with Zingano. Ain't nobody trying to throw hands with Stylebender.
Yeah.
Nobody looks at GSP and goes, "Yo, let's do this."
Nope.
The movie dudes you want to scrap with, you see GSP sitting at a bar, you're like, I've seen him knock niggas out.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and step back here. You know what I'm saying?
No one
There's
went up
nobody stepping to DC right now talking about, yo, you're retired. I'll fuck you up. No.
Yeah.
No.
No one is going up to Tyson on some, yo, what's good? You
Yes.
punk ass
Nobody
bitch.
wants to fight Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
You know? They're also like, you have one eye, dude. I know you're legit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So that's the funny thing is like, movie guys will get that all the time, but an actual fighter, somebody has to be really, really drunk or just really dumb.
Yeah. Or unless you're like BJ Penn.
And you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But BJ Penn was really drunk.
That's true.
So, you know, the thing still works.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and it, you know, comics actually helped out with the acceptance of people who are different with the X-Men, because you know that story, you know, travels with race and gender, you know, or gender identity and sexuality and all other shit.
I mean, if you look now, you have Superman's son is bi, and so is Tim Drake. You know, a Robin or Red Hood, or no, Red Robin, should I say? And pretty much the brand new Superman.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, that's a level of acceptance, you know, and everything else. You know, you have on Marvel side, you have America Chavez, Miss America. She is I believe she's lesbian.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You have what happened?
Show doesn't know what yikes means.
She's a lesbian. Yikes. Keep going though.
You got to work on that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah.
You have there's somebody else I'm forgetting. Iceman. Iceman is he's gay.
Didn't he get married?
Gay?
No. The comic book character.
Iceman.
Oh, I think
Not
he was
the
talking about
Iceman.
I was gonna say Chuck Liddell's gay.
Not Chuck Liddell. No.
Oh shit.
The Iceman is as in Bobby Drake.
Okay.
Iceman.
Yeah, didn't he get married? Didn't he have a huge wedding in the comics?
Yeah, he did.
Him and his partner, right?
Yep.
I forgot who his partner was, but
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
no, yeah. But I know there was a big thing.
I'm saying, yeah.
It was
Then there's I believe, is it Sunspot or is somebody else that is too? But the point is, there's a lot of, and I think when you do it with the mutant characters, that kind of embodies both that community and minorities too. When you kind of like put that together,
yeah.
you know, you kind of like you're knocking two birds with one stone. You know what I mean? And you know, like Cabs said it the best. You know, everybody wants to be represented. You know, that shit matters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, when you see somebody on screen that looks like you're like, that's dope.
It matters a lot. It matters a lot to everything, because you know it gives you hope that you know you can do it too, or like we're not the lesser race, you know, or the lesser being. Because there was plenty of times when I was like, unless you're the Yankees, there's no Bronx representation anywhere. You know, like my mom will always say, like, you have the Bronx High School of Science is one of the smartest schools out there and shit like that. But still, it was like there was no Bronx wrestlers, there was no Bronx superheroes. Everybody's from fucking Queens of Brooklyn. It's like, yo, are we like bottom on the totem pole or some shit? And then you know you start seeing shit, and it's like, all right, we're here too, motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, like Miss. There's a actual superhero called La Boricua.
There you go.
Yeah. She's and you know there's damn it, there's another one that I forgot, man, and he's in Marvel too. And then you have on the DC side, you have Rami Reyes, who is the Blue Beetle, who is Mexican, I believe.
Yes, I
not
think
too
so.
Dominicans, not too many Dominicans, but
We're working on it.
I'm cool. Hey,
Yeah.
no problem. I'll figure something out. Every time. But you know, it's still seeing somebody like Miss Chavez is from another dimension, Miss America, but she's like probably the same skin complexion I am. So you know, you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. there's somebody there that kind of resembles me. You know. Yeah.
Yo, real quick, since we're talking about that, the first black hero, I forgot his name, where he didn't want to show that he was black, and then when this is back in the day, was it the Blue Atom?
Blue Adam.
Fuck, it was. I remember it like he was the actual, like they retconned it. It wasn't like Black Panther, but like this was like in the 50s. He was like the first hero. He was a black hero, but he was covered head to toe. No one knew he was black, and he worked for like the president or something. And he was in a fight, and they ripped his mask, and people saw it was like, oh shit, it's a black guy. And as soon as they found out it was a black guy, they started hating him, and he stopped being a hero. I forgot the name of the shit. I forgot the name of.
That's crazy.
I don't recall that. You should probably look that up.
Yeah.
I don't off the top of my head. I don't recall. But it's interesting because back then in the 50s, that would make perfect sense.
That's crazy.
Because people were pieces of shit back then. Pieces of shit now, but
hey, some people still are. That's what I was gonna say.
No, I'm saying, yeah, it's a good one, Sean. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I go off the top of my head, I forget, but it sounds so familiar.
My man said they found out he was black. You're no longer a hero. You stripped of your powers. Fuck that shit.
And that's that bullshit I be talking about.
Word. I save lives no matter the color. Like, what are you talking about?
Somebody said what's up to you in the chat.
Blue cheese.
Yeah, Blue Cheese, that's my boy. Well, what's good, Blue? How you feeling?
I'm sorry, that's not the name there. It's not Blue Cheese.
Well,
no, he got another name here.
That's so good. So good. I get it now. Once you guys started saying that, I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was his name from Twitch. Blue cheese.
Understood. Now, if I remember, his name is Nicholas or something.
Podcast said that Black Panther was created in 1947.
No, like in actuality, the Black Panther is the first black superhero for Marvel, but they retconned it where this hero was actually in the time before Black Panther came out. Like in the comics, like timeline wise, he's the first. Not like in history, the first one made. You know what I'm saying?
So he's original. He didn't just come out for the movie. He was the actual first black character in the comic book.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yeah. That's dope. I didn't know that. I thought that was just like Shang-Chi. Like, I feel like now they're doing it for everybody. Shang-Chi was the first all Asian cast. But I don't think Shang-Chi was the first Asian character in the comics. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, you just blew my mind with that shit. I didn't know Black Panther was the first.
I don't know. Yeah, it was some crazy shit. Like, he worked for the president. My brother was here. He fucking know.
Yeah, he'll know who you talking about.
Yeah,
him and Kaz, he's they the information, the pamphlets. Yo, if Lay doesn't know, bro, it's somebody. How you call this? This guy has to be special because Lay knows most of the people. Lay's the Rolodex.
Yo, fuck this. Hold up, we're gonna be gangsters.
Oh shit! He's going to disconnect the phone. It's over now. Damn, I'm still trying to rack my head like some scary characters. Like, I don't even know. Yo, was Blade in the... I gotta ask Blade when he gets back because I know you currently looking for something. I wonder if Blade was actually in the magazine. I mean, in the comics.
My bad.
Oh shit! You went and got your brother, pulled his ass over. Here, come on.
Yeah, I'm calling his ass. Fuck.
Oh shit! We using a lifeline like in fucking taxi. What's the name of that taxi fucking trivia shit? We're gonna use the lifeline.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
I'm gonna call my brother. He knows MCU.
But
Yo,
you said his
Vic.
phone was dead.
Who was the first? Yo, Vic, you hear me? Who was the first black hero that we talked about? That once they found out he was black, he just quit because of the racism. Blue Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go. Because I was trying to explain it to Leia, and Leia had no idea, and I'm trying to look it up, and it's all Black Panther and
You
shit.
said Blue Adam. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm
Word.
streaming right now. Yeah.
Blue Marvel. Got it. Okay. Got
Who
it.
the fuck
Got
is
it.
Adam?
No,
And
he never
he's one of
showed.
the more, he's one of the more powerful, actually, because the great thing is with his power,
Yeah.
he's actually an expert in the field of his power. Like he's a genius that with his power.
What is this power? Like,
Ah, shit. 1 second.
You know what's funny? He just asked me. He's like, "Yo, you want me to tell you the history?" I was like, "Let got it." He goes, "All right," and then it hangs up.
you fucked it up, so.
Hey man, somebody got to.
Sorry about that.
No, but yo, yeah. So that was one of the things. It was like, he was one of the first heroes that was there. He worked for the president. He, and once they found out he was black, they didn't accept him. Like he was the most beloved hero, and they found out he was black, and they turned on him, and he said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out." And me and my brother were talking about like who can play him.
So here it is. Well, here's the fun part. This is not even power. Just listen to this. Adam holds a PhD in electricity engineering, theoretical physics from Cornell. So he's a smart guy. He's 6'3", 240.
Damn.
So he's a little shorter than me.
Exactly. He's a little shorter than you.
Yeah.
So pretty much picture yourself Monica Rambeau, but just a guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So let me be sure about this because I don't want to. I'm saying. Yeah, when I look it up, the first thing you see is a picture of Captain Marvel.
But Blue Marvel?
Yeah, see a picture of Captain Marvel right away. Pretty much like you're looking at cosmic level powers. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Blue Marvel, and he is somebody they definitely should find a way to get him in, because now when you have Monica Rambeau and you have Ms. Marvel and you have Captain Marvel, you can definitely fit him in.
Oh yeah. And with showing was it Isaiah Washington or Isaiah the original
Isaiah Bradley.
Isaiah Bradley, them showing him, and then Blue Marvel having that same deep story, they could definitely go back in time and show him at least,
So it's antimatter energy absorption seems to be the main source of Blue Marvel's power. The source of power is the energy released from antimatter, which derives from the interdimensional
There you go, yeah.
Universe called the negative zone. So the negative zone is run by Annihilus. Fun fact: superhuman strength, superhuman speed. He can fly, and it's pretty much Superman in a sense.
Yeah.
But with antimatter manipulation. So, and he has a degree in it, so he knows it. So it's like great mix.
For real.
I love when the Black or Spanish superheroes are intelligent.
It's gotta piss people off.
Like when your most intelligent person now in all of Marvel is a little black girl
with a dinosaur.
It's a fucking dinosaur. What else can you say about that?
Yeah, there's not much. He goes, I can see Will Smith playing him. But you know what the thing is? Me and my brother were talking about somebody who would play him. And my brother goes, this has to be someone with enough conviction that when he says that he's done, you believe him, like a Denzel Washington type shit. 'Cause that's what it was. It was like, yo, y'all turned on me. Like I did all this shit for y'all just because I'm black. You hate me? That's it. I'm never doing this shit again.
You remember Black Panther, right?
Yes.
You remember that when he killed his brother? Like the other guy in the thing, he's in the show Us. And I believe, no, it's not. Yeah. Clancy Brown, I believe. I think he could definitely pull it off.
You're talking about This Is Us.
This Is Us. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
okay.
Is Us.
Yeah. Him. Yes.
Him. I believe he can pull it off. He has that gravitas. You know what's funny? You can even do Wesley Snipes.
I can see that.
Him being older and you get the gray in, like the Reed Richard gray, you know?
Also,
I mean, and you could also do somebody that's younger, but you can do the, because there's so many actors now that are going now. I don't have their names like off the top of my head, but I guess I have them pictured and I'm like, I can see them in that gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I believe you. They have to have that gravitas of when they say they're done, they stop.
Yeah,
and then some bigger goal brings them back. Like a Monica Rambeau goes, listen, we need you. Because my mom told me about you. My mom worked with you, you know. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
that's right. There you go, Idris Elba. But you know what it is, Idris Elba? That's like everybody's go-to.
Yeah.
And I want to, you need to do two things. You need to get somebody that's younger but looks older, and they can do more movies. So something like that. But that's a good one.
You know, I think Denzel's son.
Ah, yes. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
He could definitely do, like, he has
how
the
about,
range, but
how about that guy that's like, he's big on Netflix now? He's like in a European show, and like he's like, everybody loves him. I don't know the dude's name, but like apparently he's really handsome, and like he did a period show. He's doing a period show on Netflix, and he's the rage. He's the guy.
Damn, I haven't seen a TV show of Netflix in a minute.
Yeah, it's like a serious. Let me see something here.
But I like the guy from This Is Us, just because like he has the facial expressions. Like you can, like you'll be able to tell that he'll have that inner battle of fuck you guys, you don't like me just because I'm black, but also on some, how am I gonna just turn away everyone? Like how am I gonna stop protecting these people? You know, like an inner struggle type shit where it's like, you guys hate me because I'm black, so I'm not gonna, you know. Yeah, I got you full screen.
All right, that guy.
Okay, he's from that lawyer show.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, him.
Yeah,
because it's funny. He has the same hair as the combo character.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So like him, so that way he could play it consistently.
Yeah, my brother. That was the guy that my brother picked for Bruce Leroy when we recasted.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, I remember that. Yes. I, like an asshole, went with a stuntman.
I mean, it makes sense.
You know, I was telling somebody, I was like, yo, if I'm gonna pick somebody to play a martial artist, why not a martial artist? I mean, it worked for the show The Warrior, the show, the Bruce Lee show.
Yeah.
And they just have mostly martial artists on there.
Yep.
I was like, not a bad idea.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pro Wrestling Podcast said he would pick Anthony Mackie, but he's already plays the Falcon. You're wrong, Pro Wrestling Podcast. He plays Captain America now.
Correct. Exactly.
He's Captain America now. He's no longer the Falcon.
He's Cap now. And Bucky recognizes, so hey.
That's right. Hashtag our new Cap.
Absolutely correct. With no serum.
Yeah. That's
straight Wilson.
That's another thing that's the. But you know something? I'm kind of a fan for having people who are less known or like unknown B heroes. You know, like
or get a mantle.
yeah, you know, like Henry Cavill when he played Superman.
Yeah,
It's like I would rather him than fucking like Brad Pitt be Superman or Nicolas Cage. It's like you got somebody who fits the description of a Superman, and you know we don't really know him, so he's our Superman. You know,
he can be that guy for you guys. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was telling somebody during the fandom, they didn't say anything about him. They didn't say anything about Henry Cavill coming, and Henry Cavill wants to come back. It's like, dude, it makes sense. You still have Aquaman, you still have Wonder Woman.
Yep.
You need a Superman.
Yo, and in my opinion, he's the best looking Superman. Like if
like that jawline, is perfect.
Yeah.
Like you look at it, you go, yeah, that's Superman's jawline.
Yeah.
And then he gets jacked. By the way, I remember at first I'm like, yo, it's a suit. Then in that one scene where he's like holding up with like an oil rig, and I'm like, oh, so he's just jacked.
Yeah.
Okay. So Henry Cavill said, I'm going to come in here. Henry Cavill said, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be Superman.
Yep.
Without the suit.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm with it. I like the guy. I don't know why they haven't gone back to him. Like, there's nobody right now that I can think of in Hollywood that I can be like, he can be the next Superman. Just keep that guy.
Yeah. In my opinion, he's the perfect Superman. Like a lot of people would say Steve Reeves or Christopher Reeves. And I get it. Respect to him. But this guy, this day and age, looks like the Superman from the comics.
He literally has the actual physicality for him.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it is that he's the Witcher and he can be Superman. So he's got to stay in shape for both roles.
Yep.
So you can get him whenever you want.
And you know what the crazy shit is? Like, I was like, yo, this guy is the best looking Superman, but I don't really like the Supermans because, like, Pro Wrestling Podcast said, the movie sucks. But watching The Witcher, I got so much respect for him as an actor.
Which movie sucked?
I'm thinking the Superman, like
Man of Steel.
The Man of Steel was okay until that, until they destroyed the entire planet.
Yeah, but that's why I was a fan of it, because that's realistic collateral damage to people that powerful. It's not going to be minimum. You got to remember this. First of all, he's just coming into his power, and then Zod literally just found his powers out. Zod literally just goes, "Oh shit, I got powers," and now these two brutes are going at it. By the way, nothing is being solved here. They're just punching the shit and breaking buildings down.
Yeah.
Think about it. Let's say you're Zod, right? And I learned about my powers before you did, but I've been holding back. Then you learn your powers, and now we're going at it. Are you really honestly believe we're gonna be confined to a little space and not gonna fucking cause wrecking? Yo, no, destroy Times Square.
No, I can understand that, but they also they destroyed Times Square and Africa at the same time. Like they were imploding the planet at both ends of the fucking.
But you got to remember, they were turning the planet into Krypton.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel in that movie, Zod is not a villain, because Zod is programmed to do that. He was born to do that. I go to another Earth, I terraform it to our planet. You know what I mean? But you got to remember, two guys with that kind of power, man, they're just going to catch wreck. Everything to them is glass, is nothing. They run through shit, they don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You got to be real. You got to destroy shit. We've seen the cartoons. We've seen this shit before. Them destroying fucking buildings and properties and humans. None.
That's true. I mean, but he kills Zod at the end also.
No, but here's the thing is, Superman has killed plenty of times in the comics. Let's not get this twisted. Like Batman, he has killed before. And he made a choice. And then what fucked him up is that the guy that he killed is a fellow Kryptonian, and there's nobody else left now. He killed all of the Kryptonians.
Well, he pretty much has all the Kryptonians in his body.
Yeah, but I'm saying is like, yo, he doesn't have anybody else that can relate to him on that level at this point.
Well, until Supergirl comes.
Yeah, and the fun thing is Supergirl's in the Flash movie, right?
Yes.
They got Supergirl in there, right? And I'm like,
Ya lo
so
está hablando.
Supergirl without Superman. And like they're gonna do a Batgirl movie. How do you have Batgirl without Batman?
That's how she fucking started. Like that's where she came
literally
from.
got inspired by Batman. And she's the daughter of who? Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. In where? Gotham. That's like, playing baseball in the fucking Bronx and not having the Yankees.
Correct. That's like playing ball in Madison Square Garden. You don't have the Knicks.
Yeah.
Something's wrong here.
Yep.
We're missing an element to this.
Yep.
What are we missing? Like, first of all, the Matt Reeves Batman, you have Commissioner Gordon, who happens to be Jeffrey Wright. You're dope, Jeffrey Wright. You're awesome. And then the girl in the Batgirl movie is like a light-skinned Black or Dominican girl. I don't know who she is. She was in the Heights. Or should I say in Fordham? That's what it should have been called. It should have been called in Fordham. Because none of those, there was like maybe one Dominican and a half. I saw Jimmy Smith. I was like, oh, so that's what we're doing? We're just going with the regulars? You're not even going to try to get Dominicans. Cool. All right, no problem. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? But she was apparently in that movie, and she's going to be Barbara Gordon. It would make sense if at that point Jeffrey Wright is her father.
Yeah.
Because you can, you see the relationship. You're like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean? But I don't know what they're going to do. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, this is just another clusterfuck of movies because it's like you have I like to say you have historical documentation of who these characters are.
You do,
and you change it for no reason. Like 50 years.
Welcome back, Kenny.
50 years of the Batman, and then we're gonna change it. I don't mind the race, like making them black or whatever. I don't mind that. But when you sit there,
as long as you can act, Jeffrey Wright, the one thing Jeffrey Wright can do great is act.
Yeah, do the character justice.
We just listen to him acting as the watcher, and we're all captivated.
Yes.
By the way, Jeffrey Wright, you get that Disney and DC money.
That's right.
Killing it, brother. You get both those checks.
That's right. Yo, but the crazy shit is like the way I see it is. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
If they made the comic book now,
mm-hmm.
some of these characters are gonna be black. They're gonna be Spanish. They're gonna be homosexual. Like trans, LGBT, whatever. Because that's the people. Now, back in the day, they were white, so everybody's white. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, that's why when you change a character and make Commissioner Gordon black, it's not uncommon to see a black fucking chief of police in the 2000s. So are you talking to us or are you talking to somebody else? I know you muted.
Yeah, I'm talking to my wife.
All right, cool.
My bad.
Yeah, no, Pro Wrestling Podcast was like, yo, show talking, but he's muted. But all right, cool. No, but you know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't mind. I don't mind the changing of the race or whatever the gender, whatever.
I don't mind if they change as long as the actor's good.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. As long as the acting is good. I don't know anything about the girl that's playing Barbara Gordon. I don't know anything about her, but I know the fact that if Jeffrey Wright is a father, and then Brendan Fraser is going to be the villain apparently in the movie.
Okay.
And I love me some Brendan Fraser. I love The Mummy. The Mummy is one of the. It's like Indiana Jones and then The Mummy. It's like, and then Firestarter. Because
Mummy made The Rock.
Because Chuck Norris is in it. But it's like. You know what I mean? Like those adventure movies, And by the way, only the first Mummy. The rest sucked.
Oh, you don't like the Scorpion King?
Who liked the Scorpion King? Nobody liked the fucking
They must have. That built The Rock.
Can I ask you a question? Do you realize that was early Rock?
That was CGI Rock, bro.
No. He's thinking the Scorpion King. No, he's thinking about the return of the Scorpion King. The Scorpion King is a Rock by himself.
Yeah, that was the wrestler.
Yeah, the return of the Scorpion King or the part 2 of the Mummy is with the Scorpion King, CGI Rock. I thought he meant the Scorpion King.
No, I just meant The Rock.
Yeah.
Yo, if I'm gonna go out on a limb, the movie that made The Rock, at least for me, is Faster.
What?
Faster.
Wow.
Oh yeah. You know what's
How about
funny?
that?
I was telling somebody this and they didn't believe me. That was probably one of The Rock's best movies.
Yeah.
Because he didn't say anything and it was more of like he was just doing things.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love a good revenge movie?
No, for real. And the thing is, he had maybe, let's say, half a page worth of lines. And I'm not exaggerating, show.
Arnold Schwarzenegger shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But his face had the whole
Said it
script.
all.
It had the whole script on it.
Yep, said it all.
He acted with his whole face. And
Which
that's
one is this one?
Faster.
Faster.
Yo, bro. If you can find it, watch it.
Get a chance.
It's
Faster.
amazing. It's an amazing fucking movie. Amazing fucking movie.
It's put it like this. You don't feel sorry for anybody in the movie when he does what he does. You don't feel sorry for anybody.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And when you see it, go, oh, you kind of questionable too, but you get it. You know what I mean? You understand it. Yeah, yeah. And I think I saw Jungle Cruise, right? And you know what's funny? I was not even mad that I saw it.
Oh.
It was entertaining. It was entertaining. And you know what it is? It was Emily Blunt, who was a great actress, and Jack Whitehall, and like everybody, they balanced out too much Rock.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Rock.
Like
Yeah.
The Rock plays everybody the same.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Black Adam he doesn't. I'm hoping somehow they give him an accent coach. I hope, because he is of
Samoan.
Egyptian descent. He's of Egyptian descent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping he did. But when I saw the preview for it, I was with it. He ultimately raided some dude, and then he was badass. Caught a bullet. I was like, now, can I not get The Rock playing this guy? That's all I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
it's funny. I love Black Adam as a character. You know what I mean? So I'm like, please, for the love of Canada, please get this shit right, because you can franchise the shit out of it, and then eventually it could be Black Adam versus Superman and Shazam. By the way, if you guys get a chance, watch All Stars. Black Adam versus Superman versus Shazam. That's dope. It's short, but it's dope. It's animation, so give it a shot.
No, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping that he can master the accent, because he clearly got big enough for it.
Yeah.
He put on the muscle for it. That's not impressive anymore. It's The Rock. He's fucking huge.
He's the boulder now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Pro Wrestling Podcast said the Tooth Fairy made The Rock.
You know what's funny?
Man.
Ironically, he got more parts because of the Tooth Fairy, but he was mad thin in that. Made it weird. And the game plan, I was like, I got down.
You know what it was? Because he tried to be an actor and not be him. And once he became huge, that's when, because I think Faster was the first movie he was actually huge in.
Yeah, where he got back to his wrestling weight.
Yep. And then after that, it just, yeah.
By the way, that movie Snitch was terrible.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't like the best movie in the world. Mostly I enjoyed it because of the Punisher.
You know what?
Because of the Punisher. What's the guy who played the Punisher in the Netflix?
Oh, John Berthel.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because of him.
John Berthel. Okay, I hear that. But no, I felt it was bad.
Yeah.
No. But I felt like The Rock, now that he has his own production company, nobody says no to him.
They can't.
What?
They can't say no to The Rock.
Well, you can say no to anybody you want.
It's the
You just choose not to say no. You can say no. You can say no. Somebody has to be like, yo, listen, Rampage was a terrible script.
Yo, I fell asleep during Rampage.
Bro, he's the highest grossing
The skyscraper shit.
star. Hell no. I don't give a
San
fuck if
Andreas
you
wasn't
stand
bad. I didn't even
No,
watch
San
the
Andreas
sky.
wasn't bad.
I didn't watch the skyscraper shit.
It also wasn't good.
Yeah.
But San Andreas was okay.
Yo,
That's what I was watching.
Race to Witch Mountain was I. Race to
I didn't see
Witchmount.
that one. I
It
didn't
was
see that one.
it was alright. It was pretty good. For some reason, the chick that's in that movie, I don't know if you're familiar with her. I know you know who she is. She was in fuck, hold up. She was in, was it Ballers? She was in
What?
Entourage. No, was she? I got you right now.
It's funny because yeah, podcast said it. It was on Richard. I didn't. No, the one to the center to the center of the earth, journey to the center of the earth. I wasn't mad at that one. I could have done it without the peck pock of love, but everything else I was cool with.
Yeah.
But I believe
Carla Jugan.
Jiggin.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Let's see what other movie she was in.
But
Like
I feel like Brendan Fraser did a better one than that one.
she was also in it. She was an American Gangster. She was the one I think that was going out with Russell Crowe.
Oh, okay. I know. What you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
She was also in The Watchmen.
Mm. Oh, she was with Owlman.
Yes.
No, the Owl. Yes.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Yes, I know who you're talking about now. That movie was terrible.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's funny? Like when I watch it in pieces, those certain pieces are good, but the entire movie is like, all right, yo, this is 20
You know what
hours
it
of
is?
long, and
they fit the whole graphic novel into that shit.
yeah,
And I'm yo, sometimes I understand it,
I'm eating
but some shit, you gotta be like, yo, that's too much, bro.
yo, you want to know what's too much? Dune.
Have you seen Dune?
Yes, I've watched
What was
it. Yo, bro, I fell
You only
asleep.
get a part 2, right?
There's got to be 6 parts. There has to
Why?
be 6 parts because they did nothing in this movie.
Okay,
It
can I
was-
ask you one question? I can ask you one question.
Yeah.
Because how many people died? And don't say who.
I feel like almost all of them.
Died?
Yeah. If the ones they introduced in the beginning of the movie, they Game of Thrones it.
Damn, they did Jason Moore like that again?
You didn't want me to say names, but
No, because
Yeah.
you know, okay, fun. I'm gonna play back. So I started watching Games of Thrones, right?
yeah.
Started watching it, and then my favorite character clearly became that Savage. I get it, right? You know, I'm like, you know, all of a sudden he dies from a sickness, and I'm not gonna say spoiler alert because you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet.
Yeah.
Late is not the word for it.
Yeah, we're years
And this is
into
the
this
first season, by the way. When he died of a sickness, I was like, yo, he's supposed to die in battle, like a savage. And I stopped watching it because of that.
shit. You talking about the wolf? Is it the wolf?
Jason Moore played
Oh yes. Yeah, the Thraki.
Draken.
Yeah.
Is just like The Walking Dead, which, here's the irony. I had no idea that John Berthel would be the Punisher. Once he died, I stopped watching it.
The same thing with me. It was unwatchable once he died. It was unwatchable.
He created the conflict.
Yep. And he was the only one that had any kind of decisive decisions.
Absolutely correct.
We're going left. I don't give a shit what you're saying.
Yep.
I don't give a shit what you're saying. We're going left. The right thing to do is kill the fucking baby. This is no way to raise a baby in this shit. You know, there's no bullshit. No bullshit.
Yeah, so they killed everybody. That's crazy. And the funny thing is they're all posting like, oh, Doom 2's happening. I go, you guys are not even in it, I guess. Or there's like a dream thing they're having and they're going to bring them back.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Every-
Wait, you talking about in Game of Thrones or in Doom?
Somebody Doom.
Oh, I don't even know, bro. Like, I feel like half of that movie was him dreaming, and then it was like, oh, I
Yo.
like this character.
No,
Yeah.
don't put it past them. Don't put it past them.
But from what I
It's-
understand, this is like a 600-page novel, and
Oh, yeah,
this
no,
is
the
the
novel
first.
is long.
Yeah, this is the first and second act of it.
Yeah.
So they introduced a lot of people, and I felt like they got nothing done, and they wasted 2 hours and 45 minutes of most, like, unless you see the next movies, this has no purpose.
Wasted 2:45 of my life.
Yeah, like this would have been better as a TV show. To put
They
it,
tried it that way and it failed.
Well, I don't blame it because this shit was slow as shit, bro. And the thing is, I understood what was happening, and I was still like, "Come on, spit this shit out, spit it out."
Well, that's two things. The guy that directed Blade Runner 2049.
Way better movie.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, the pacing of Blade Runner is always gonna be faster than Dune, because Dune is methodical. It's very methodical.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see the one in the 80s, you're like, all right, focus.
Yeah,
Focus. That's what it is.
yeah.
You know, there's certain movies that you see them in, like Equilibrium. You ever seen that one with Christian Bale?
Yep.
Like at the very, like they have spots of like, but after that you're like,
Yep. Too much talking.
right? But the thing is, when you get so many Fast and the Furious movies and Avengers movie, everything else seems slow.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Boom.
Yep.
We're getting everything, right? Boom, action. Now, Fast and the Furious. Stupid action.
Yep.
Hobbs and Shaw. Turn off your brain.
Yep.
Dune.
Dun dun dun.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a combination of the stuff we consume daily.
Yeah.
Like, like I can literally, I don't see commercials anymore when I watch stuff.
Yeah.
I watch whatever I want to watch, when I want to watch it, how I want to watch it.
Yep.
Now, when the pacing of the actual movie is slow or is methodical, you're like, it's taking too long.
You know what? Like the crazy shit is like, it's not to the point where you can't follow it. Because I was following it. There was times I fell asleep and my brother was like, yo, something cool's about to happen. And I wake up and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm in this. And I was like, what? Like there was a part, I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but there was a part where there was like a fight scene and my brother was like, oh shit, yo, my man's about to go off. Nope. He just did that one little thing that looked cool and then it went to shit after that.
I'm pretty sure it was Idaho.
Which
I know the characters from the other movie.
Okay.
And like I remember once I was on a plane ride and I heard the book on audio. And I remember they just kept saying Idaho, and I found that hilarious because I'm like, why the fuck is there Idaho on another planet? This is the dumbest fucking name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And now I know who plays Idaho.
Who plays Idaho?
Jason Momoa.
Okay.
And that's because I remember I was watching a show and they were talking about how he shaved his beard off and everybody went crazy. And then he said, oh, I'm in Dune. And I'm like, who could he play? Idaho. Because the guy in the original movie had like that same kind of like presence.
Yeah.
Right? I was like I knew who Josh Brolin played too. Once I saw it, I was like, I know who's playing.
He did a good job though.
He did the same role that Professor Xavier did back in the days.
Yeah.
So think about that. From Professor Xavier to Josh Brolin. So yeah, I'm like, I kind of know who's playing who at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now the kid that's the main focus, that kid, whatever.
For what he was, he did a good job. That kid.
Like he did a movie with Steve Carell where he was like, he's an alcoholic or whatever.
Okay.
And I believe it's him, or I'm just confusing my white boys. I may be wrong. But I was like, yo, he's really good in that.
What up, Jeff? Well, I don't think I remember seeing him in other movies, but the one thing about this movie is like no one fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, like there was nothing about this movie where I was like, yo, this is stupid. These people can't act. It was literally like everyone in this movie did their thing. And there was a lot of characters like, yo, this person seems interesting. I like this person. I like this person. What's going on with this person? Like, if it wasn't so slow and to the like, and it was slow and fast at the same time. Where some people had,
you gotta explain that.
All right, so some
you gotta
people,
explain that.
So some people had no explanation whatsoever. But
While they were there?
Yeah, like Jason Momoa. It was like he came in like, all right, I get who this guy is, but I don't know who he is until the end, where apparently he's the best fighter they have. I'm like, okay, I would have loved to hear more about him because he has a relationship with the kid. You know?
It's like his big brother.
Yeah, we don't see much of that. Like we get the gist of it, but we don't see much of it.
Trust me, if anything, you'll definitely, because with the book is they develop a lot of the relationships more like the girl from Spider-Man. Right?
Yes.
I know for a fact, like I know the book, that she's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know whether I was going to see Dune here. I highly doubt it. But most importantly, I don't give a shit. The point is, she's not in the movie like that.
No.
Like in the first part, she's not in like that. But the point is, she's like the sense of driving force.
Yeah.
For the kid, for the young guy. The kid with the whatever the fuck that is. I don't have hair, so I can't bother with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the point is, like you see between Josh Brolin, Jason, and I'm not going to say the name of the movie because it's stupid. And the kid, that's like a father, brother, mentor figure thing going on between these three.
Yes.
Especially with Josh and the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like when it gets to that second part, that'll be like the Empire Strikes Back where everything picks up.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Because there was some like parts in there that I don't mind a movie that talks. Like one of my favorite movies is The Departed, and all of that was talking.
Was what?
Was The Departed?
Oh yeah.
All of that. I like Casino.
Look at The Godfather.
Yeah,
The Godfather is conversations all day.
Yeah,
until that great ending, which is fucking.
And all of those movies. I mean, all those movies. This movie was a lot of talking. There was some action in it, and I'm like, I'm following the talking, and like I said, it was just some in like interactions was like, yo, this fucking guy is gangster, and like there wasn't a lot of losing in these conversations, and there was some smart shit, and like you see, the double crossing and all that, like you knew where everybody's going. There's no confusion. It's a lot of
politics.
Yeah. There's no confusion. Like with Vanilla Sky, there was confusion for me. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no confusion in this movie. It was just like, yo, this is one of those movies. Like there was some parts that you decided to emphasize that really shouldn't have been emphasized. Like I wanted to know more about this king. I wanted to know more about this town. Like I get it. You're getting this red dust that promotes intergalactic travel. And it's also hallucinogenic, but then that's the most we got. And then we're talking about these people, and I'm like, all right, you were put here to fail.
Isaac Hayes should have definitely had a bigger role. I mean, Oscar Isaac. I'm sorry, Isaac Hayes. Oscar Isaac should have, because he's essentially like he's the guy.
Yeah.
But then you knew something was going to go left because the kid. And all the pressure's gonna fall on the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like I said, it's definitely part 2 should be Empire Strikes Back type of level.
Yeah,
Terminator 2 type of level.
Yeah, I believe it will be.
Everything picks up.
Yeah, I believe because now the talking there shouldn't be much talking. Like, everybody knows what they need to do. And
Absolutely.
now you got yourself a nigga now.
That's pretty much, when you do a part 2 correct, that should be what part 2 is.
Yeah.
Like that kid is now that kid is like, all right, now I know I got the shit I got to do now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, by the way, not comic book at all, but we just got sidetracked with movies. Our bad.
Yeah.
But it's a slow burn that hopefully with part 2 will pay off.
Yeah, like if you have the time to watch it, I would just suggest watch it because it wasn't much that was stupid. Like Halloween Kills, we was like, oh, these people should have did this and this and this. It's one of those like, if you can watch 1, 2, and 3 now, this one probably be a lot better than than what you would think. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like Avatar, where Avatar threw all this shit at you, and you're like, oh wow, this shit is crazy. This is a movie that you know there's gonna be more parts to. You know, so that's where it's like, all right, yo, I could have waited until part 2 came out to watch this.
Absolutely.
Yo, talking about movies, what movie are we reviewing tomorrow?
We're doing the best horror franchises.
That means a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
I did not know which movies.
Yo, if you would be in any of the group chats, you would know. Because I put the topic for this one and tomorrow and all the group chats, even the wrestling topics. They're all in the group chats.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been focused on the group chat.
Freddy Krueger, the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, Michael Myers,
Leatherface,
Pennyworth, Saw, paranormal bullshit. Shit like that. Like there's more than one part to them.
Yeah.
I'll try to watch some of them.
But yo,
Probably
also
watch them tonight.
Also, the cool thing about it is, like, even if you didn't watch it, we can also talk about why we didn't watch certain movies, like the level of scariness or the level of ridiculousness or just like, shit like that. That could be in the debate of the franchises. Because now I don't want to hear nothing about the cinematography show or the director did awesome.
Nah, I haven't seen these movies in a while, so you won't hear none of that. You're gonna hear the true legit.
If show would actually say, yo, the script was amazing, I go, what about it was? Because I want to hear that kind of shit from show.
Oh yeah,
I can't believe this script was amazing. And I'm not talking about Rocky IV.
No.
That wasn't a script. That was a comic book.
Yeah, that was a montage.
My memory with
montage, yeah.
with
I'm talking about like a movie that, think about it, that has some weight to it. You know what I mean? Like when you watch, you go, that was really interesting, the way the director went about it. And I'm not talking about Citizen Kane because everybody loves sucking that dick's movie. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like Heat.
I love Heat. That's one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love the whole the diner scene. He said, "You never wanted a regular type of life." What's that? Barbecues and ball games. Yeah, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's two guys just talking, but they know at the end of the day, one of us got to die.
What movie would you suggest I watch that you feels like that? What movie you think is up there in the horror movies?
I would honestly tell you the very first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that movie's fucked up.
Okay.
Right now, I'm telling you, the one in the 70s, not the remakes. I would tell you the first one where Jason has his actual hockey mask.
Was that part 2?
I believe that's part 3 because I think he had the knapsack.
Yeah, the potato sack, right? Yeah.
Yeah, stupid ass thing. Part 3. Freddy. Part 1. Clearly, part 1. You know what I'm saying?
Is that Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Not the new one, old one. Because they had Nightmare on Elm Street. Like you'll see it. It'll be like, no, that's not it. You got to go the old one. And Hellraiser.
Going on, Jason?
Try Hellraiser. That's a good one too. And for the fun of it, something that's gonna little 80s fun vibe is The Lost Boys.
I'll start with Freddy Part 1 and then Texas Chainsaw.
Yo, and if you want to waste your time, you can watch Splice. Horrible fucking movie.
I remember that.
Where the monster rapes the woman. Or you can watch The Hills Have Eyes, like the one that's from like the 2000s, where the monster rapes the woman. That's another horrible fucking movie. Or which movie was the tree that raped the woman?
Tree? I have no idea.
My brother went to watch it years ago. I'm like 5 years ago. I'll ask him and I'll let you know tomorrow. But I don't know if it was Dawn of the Dead, not Dawn of the Dead. Army of the Dead or some shit.
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead was a great movie.
No, well, the woman was raped by a tree.
Army of the Dead 2?
I don't know. I think it was a remake or some shit. But I know my brother was there with his friends, and he told me he saw this part, and right when it was happening, he walked out. He was like, because he don't like shit like that. He walked out. Yo, Jason said 1,000 words by Eddie Murphy.
I seen that.
That's not a horror movie. It's just terrifying.
No,
they let
Brutal
it
Lance is a horror movie.
Yo, Evil Dead 2. That one,
dead.
that might be it. Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2.
It might be it.
I think that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, and the original Night of the Living Dead, the black and white one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Huh?
The black and white one. That's a good one because you see, like, all right, it's very suspenseful, and the director did his thing.
And I never watched it, but I hear good things about 28 Days Later.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that was
the guy from that's what the guy from the Peaky Blinders. Now he played a scarecrow in the Batman movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, like I got 20 minutes into it and I was like, I just stopped caring.
Nah.
But apparently it's really good. Like, yo, don't take it from me. My attention span back then was really bad. I didn't care, but give it a shot.
Yo,
I hear good things.
I heard. Yeah, I don't particularly watch movies like that. But show a movie you would love. Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, you would love that.
Yeah, you would love it.
Absolutely correct.
Hilarious.
It must be funny and ranchy.
Yeah, it's a zombie movie, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Omeletto? What movie is that?
Armageddon.
From Randy.
Did I see Omelet? I didn't see Omelet.
What is that?
I didn't see Omelet.
Yeah, right. That's what it looks like. But yeah, man. 10 minutes left. We got show. Do you got any other things you want to talk about with the comics, or any other comments you want to make?
Not about the comics.
How was the shit you took last night?
It was amazing, bro. It just knocked me out.
He left right before the main event of Raw, took a shit, never came back.
It was amazing.
Nice. 10-pound lighter.
Who was the main event of Raw?
The 4-way ladder match with Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, and Finn Balor.
Which Seth Rollins won. Seth fucking Rollins.
Yep.
Number 1 contender. Tell me he's gonna take the title from Big E.
He better not, but we'll talk more about this on Thursday. But I think if done right, he can elevate Big E.
Of course, he's a great wrestler.
Watch Slumber Party? I've never seen Slumber Party. I never heard of Slumber Party.
Slumber Party? This sounds familiar. Oh,
word.
Damn! Yes, I know that movie. That movie's terrible. but it's cheesy terrible.
It's like Sharknado.
It's like one of those movies like you and your boys watch it and go. It's almost a shot game to it. You can do that.
Okay.
One of those things. It's horrendous, but it's funny. But it's fun, yeah.
Horrendously good.
All right, so Lay, you got any final statements or final?
At the end of the day, like everybody that I picked for the most part was human with a kind of a suit. And so, like, sometimes the human element is the thing would be amplified by the human, amplify the human. But at the end of the day, sometimes people are the most horrific creatures in the world. And they do it to each other and to everybody else around them. So remember this. When you think about Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, they all started as human beings. Victor's ass, human being. Keith Cassidy, human being. Joker, human being. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I'm naming here pretty much is a human being.
Punisher.
And sometimes their natures get twisted and it goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, hey, enjoy Halloween out there.
There you go.
I think that's what makes it scary. The part that is normal people.
Yeah.
So you feel like it can happen. It can happen to you. It's not a MCU character.
Randy, yo hablo español. Bien, si tú quieres preguntarme, hablamos ahora mismo. Porque tú estás diciendo ahora que yo no hablo español. Eso está bien, yo entiendo. Porque no te hablo español y después yo te hablo a ti. No te pongas así, compadre. Somos amigos.
Even Toe knows Spanish. Toe, hit him with the 104.5.
Yeah, that's right. Yo soy puertorriqueño, pero no hablo español. No entiende español, nada.
Ni la biblioteca.
En la biblioteca. La calle.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, ¿por qué 105.9? Adiós.
Adiós.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? This one woman, I told her, like, I don't speak Spanish. She dead ass told me, she's like, you said that shit so fluently that I don't believe you that you don't speak Spanish. I said, I had to say it for 20 years that I don't know how to speak Spanish. That's the only thing I learned is how to tell you motherfuckers I don't speak Spanish.
I've told you that. You sound so Spanish when you're saying the fake Spanish that I think you know Spanish. You just say you don't so somebody could try to talk behind your back. You just lying. Man.
Nah, I wish. But nah. The only thing I get is when I tell people I don't speak Spanish, they give me that dirty look. Like if I just spit in their face.
Yeah, how dare you waste? How dare you waste Puerto Rican?
Yo, older women, like if I fucking disrespected their husband, their dead husband or some shit. It's crazy. It's crazy, yeah.
Una falta de respeto, compadre. That's what they do.
That's it.
La doñas. Olvídate.
Word.
Shit. That means forget about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
That's another dude I want to talk about the wrestling podcast. That Tony D'Angelo guy.
Yeah. He
may have the best gimmick in that whole thing because he pulls it off. I'm like, man, he pulls that tiny thing off pretty good.
All right, we definitely have to talk about that. Well, we got the purple shirt, birthday wishes, Isaac Hayes. The Bosch effect. I wish Gigi was here. Yo, I'm no disrespect, bro. Your name is a paragraph on Instagram. I'm gonna look it up right now so that way show doesn't look any stupid.
Word.
You know.
He said Kabashi. Who?
Yeah. So real quick for everybody, you know, tune in tomorrow. We're gonna discuss the best horror movie franchises. You know, Thursday we have a special guest, Purple Best Wishes guy. That's what, you know, apparently somebody gave him that name. Was it Zack Ryder? Was it Zack Ryder who gave him that name? I will ask him. But he's also I'm the Bosch man. You know, so follow him on Instagram or anything. He's gonna be special guest of the wrestling podcast. We're gonna talk about wrestling, like we always do. It's on the show. So, you know, we just bullshit about life. Come and get your tarot cards read from show. You know, he does that. He's our Miss Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Call me now.
Word. And if you guys can't watch Raw, watch it with us. Me, Kenny, and Show. Mostly me and Kenny. Show. Yeah, half a show.
Believe it's way more entertaining when you watch it with the guys.
Yeah.
These guys make it like I be at work and I watch and I go, yo, it's bearable because they're doing it. Trust me. Watch it with them. Because Raw usually is this Raw was apparently okay, but Raw is usually ass.
Yeah. This one was good. This one was good. And I was actually watching shit, but I noticed it was like the match started, commercial. Then they came back, the match ended. And I'm like, yo, this match went 20 minutes and I only saw 5 minutes of it. You know, but yeah, we got the Raw reaction videos. I'm going to try to stream more on Twitch also with the gaming. You know, so we'll do some of that shit. And that's the weekend. You know, that's the whole week for us.
Fish versus Punk, Jeff. I'm actually looking forward to that.
Oh, that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
You know what's funny? When me and my brother were watching Dynamite on Saturday, and Punk came out to take Fish off of the dude, my brother was like, "Oh shit, Ring of Honor just came into AEW." That's exactly what he said. He's like, "Oh shit, we got Ring of Honor here." So that's gonna be a good one right there.
Because it is Ring of Honor all around if you think about it.
Yeah.
With Adam Cole, with everybody else, like, I mean, literally just Ring of Honor just in a bigger platform.
Yep.
Should be fun.
Yep. And
finally, no mic. Finally came out with no mic.
Oh, also tomorrow before the movie podcast, I'm gonna be on the Turnbuckle Tavern debate. They're doing a show. I think 7:45. I'm gonna debate them. My subject is gonna be, is AEW booking their women better than WWE? So we're gonna debate about that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I know more.
I'm just gonna say yes because they're not having 2-minute matches. Like their whole tournament doesn't add up to 8 minutes to a Roman Reigns entrance.
This is true. So far, the women's tournament for the TBS championship, I think they had one match and it already lasted longer than the Queen's Crown.
Word. That's fucking Ruby, whatever her name was.
Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho was fighting. And
No,
it took a while.
Thunder Ruby. Yeah,
Thunder Ruby. Yeah. Yeah, Thunder
You
Ruby.
did.
Red Velvet. Yeah.
We just signed Thunder Ruby. Thanks.
There you go, Thunder Ruby. Diamond Wrestling. Yo, I got new overlays for the Diamond Wrestling podcast.
Sweet.
So
I see those. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up every once in a while. You know me. I may have HD 4K HD TV. So I can't keep shit that I make. I can't keep for a long time.
Yeah,
like my brother.
HD.
My brother made these overlays for the comic book one. So that's why I didn't change it, because I like what he did. The movie one I changed up. The wrestling one I change up all the time. I changed up the Raw one already. So that's how we do it. But yeah, things are gonna just get better from here, bro. I'm trying to expand. We get the biggest show. Joe Rogan is gonna email us. Can I please get on your podcast? And we're gonna have Lay go, no, like he's Rorschach.
Hey, fuck yourself. And eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah. Why don't you go hunt down an animal, you piece of shit?
See, that's the Lay I know.
Word. But yeah. So you got any thing you want to mention, Lay? Anything you want to
like, subscribe, share, first and foremost. And thank you guys for coming. Thanks for everybody for coming through. Guys, ladies, everything in between and everything up and under. And we appreciate you coming through. Thank you for listening to us. And most importantly, come back tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'll be speaking a little more tomorrow. I'm a rookie at this subject, so I just gotta observe and learn.
By the way,
ask questions.
Follow the wrestling podcast, the pro wrestling podcast. Follow the call up with Kenny.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. And you said the purple something guy.
Purple birthday wishes guy. You know what?
Birthday wishes guy.
I'm gonna put his fucking
go peep Toe at the Tavern Buckle thing he's doing at 7:45.
Turnbuckle Tavern.
And we'll see you back here at 9.
Who the fuck is beating him on a turnbuckle? What?
No. What are you talking about?
I thought somebody was beating Toe on the turnbuckle. My bad.
Oh, I got you right now. I'm gonna put the Turnbuckle Tavern podcast in the chat. I just
Turnbuckle Tavern. My bad.
There you go. We're gonna be on there. Kenny said stop eating chicken show because yesterday you fucking passed out on the toilet. And we can't have that shit no more.
I did. I really did. My fault, Kenny.
Word. And yeah.
I ain't even eat my food.
What was it? Oh, yeah. And for anybody else that's in the chat that doesn't doesn't talk to us in the chat, that's perfectly fine. But like we said before, We encourage y'all to comment, and give us your opinion. If you just like watching, that's perfectly fine also. But yo, everybody's welcome here. Everybody's welcome to speak their mind, unless you're doing some stupid shit and it's racist or it's sexist or it's fucking offending somebody. Then we gotta draw the line, because we may look young. I know Lay looks like he's 16. You know what I'm saying? But we some grown ass men here. We don't do that shit here.
Yeah. So let's keep it friendly, fun, safe, and most importantly, respectful to each one of us.
Word.
Come through, be you.
That's right. And we're definitely gonna work on that mukbang. I know everybody here in the chat been waiting for this fucking mukbang. But we're gonna do it.
We'll coordinate something good. We'll coordinate something good.
Word.
Yeah, because apparently the only person that doesn't get the message that we're not doing it right now is Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show doesn't understand that we're not mukbanging right now.
Yeah.
Listen, I might not be, but I am. I'm hungry.
You live in the mukbang.
Yeah, and we heard every single follicle of hair that's on your chin on that mic. Just letting you know. Whenever you moved, Show.
Why you didn't tell me, bro? Now you gonna tell me? I muted myself.
I muted you.
Oh, thank you.
Every time your lips moved, I unmuted you.
My apologies.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna get my Bluetooth next time.
Or you could get on your computer. It don't matter. The fans love you.
I appreciate it.
And on that note, don't forget to follow Kenny. I'm pretty sure most of y'all do already, but we're just gonna call up. I don't know if La Flaca wants us to say to follow her. So until she says it, don't do it. We don't need that drama in our lives. But yo, on that note, peace out, everybody. Friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace. I pressed that shit before I said your friendly neighborhood knucklehead.
There you go. You got it, brother. You got it, brother. You got it.
We're gonna time this motherfucker right.
Shit.
Now you understanding your buttons.
Word. I may be stupid, I ain't fucking dumb.
Exactly.
What? Oh man, that's horrible.
Word.
On that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go watch the